Bam, ba bam, 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 ba bum, bum, bam. Now I kind of want to have a drink.
Okay, so are you gonna go get drinks?
No. Get drunk. Let's get drunk.
So Greg again usually does the introduction, but I think you got pretty
What
done.
do I
do
do
it.
with my hands? I just hold.
Have you ever seen Talladega Nights?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Well,
Or we can do jazz fingers until we...
fingers?
Or there you go. What did I say? Jazz fingers?
Jazz
What the fuck
fingers.
is that?
What are jazz fingers?
At the club?
Isn't it? No. Spirit fingers.
Or we can start with a song if it makes you feel more comfortable.
If it makes you feel good.
Or if you wanna go and get around with me between
And fall with the dozies or what? Hey, must be the money. Nah,
I don't
ready?
think anybody really knows the words.
Deja.
1, 2, 3. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Los Terricolas podcast. We're here early in the morning with Irvin, Gabrielle, the beautiful,
Love.
the awesome. Greg can't be here with us today, but we're bringing the love to you.
We miss you, Greg.
No, we don't.
Y'all don't even know my name.
Gabriella.
Gabrielle.
I said Gabrielle. My bad.
Love. That's why I was like, love.
That's what you said at the end,
Yeah, I was
Gabrielle?
like, love.
Oh, I thought you said love.
Wait. Yeah. How often does that happen?
All the time. But my
Yeah.
last name is Olivas, so a lot of people call me Olivia when they meet me.
Oh, Gabriella Olivia. That sounds pretty badass. That's
Honestly, I
not
should
even
probably
close.
just add that in there to my name.
Gabriella Olivia.
Gabriella Olivia. I like the way my voice is sounding. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I wish you could stay like this forever.
But yeah, that's not his real voice though.
Nah, it's not.
It's because it's the morning, so we got that sexy.
Nah, it's because of the corona. That corona throat. That's why it is.
Why do you think our voice sound like this in the morning? Is it because of testosterone? Because our testosterone is at its highest?
Jesus.
Okay, so welcome.
Welcome,
It's because Gabrielle's a little nervous, so we're trying to loosen you up, Gabrielle. We're trying
Loosey
to...
goosey.
I'm not used to being in front of the camera, y'all.
I know that's why I tried to like reiterate it in the caption. You know, like we wanna bring you, to the front of the camera and
Yes.
see
Yes.
what Gabriella is all about.
Yes.
Honestly, I love that caption I screenshot. I put on my story.
Oh, that was
I like,
Oscar.
that was way better than the stuff that I write for my posts. And I was like, damn.
We started
I was
doing-
like, these boys.
We started doing this. We started doing this podcast, and then all of a sudden, Oscar starts doing these captions, and he starts. I was like, Oscar, you're a poet, dude.
That's right. I was like, look at this storyteller.
This motherfucker's writing all this poetry and making people just flattered. So, Gabrielle, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Nah, thank you for having me.
So, if you'd like to just tell us just a little bit about yourself, just so the two viewers can get to know you a little bit.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm 25. I'm El Paso native. I'm a photographer. I've been doing it since I was 10.
Beautiful.
I love it.
Since you were 10.
Wow, what were you using around that age?
$100 point and shoot Canon. Like you would basically just like pop some batteries in there and like. it would just take
Is it the square rectangular one? Oh no, that's totally
That's a
different, huh?
Is it the one where you go?
No, that's a disposable camera.
No, there was these old ones that like were like this, and then you go like that, and then. You remember those?
Oh, with like the long piece
those were
of film with like
sick.
the little square. No, I used to have one of those when I was younger with Barbie camera.
I feel like
That's
cameras
crazy.
used to be cooler. Like the old and
Honestly,
the little thing that comes. I like a lot of sound effects today. Huh?
Like the
Then you get it.
Polaroids and stuff like that. I like how people are getting back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And I
crazy.
actually don't have one, but I want to get one for like behind the scenes issues.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
I wanted to ask you, bro. Gabrielle, because that is her
Gabriella.
name. Not Olivia, not Gabriella.
just start calling me Olivia.
Do you have?
It's not Gabrielle. It's not Olivia.
I feel like-
Gabriella.
I feel like we bonded, and I feel like we're close enough to call you by a nickname now. Do you have a nickname?
Gabby?
Gabby.
Gabby. Not like
Is that
Gabriella.
okay? Is that yeah? Like Gabrielle. Never mind. Okay, Gabrielle. Photographer. That is a term. No, dude.
Just say Gabrielle. It's easier.
Gabrielle.
Say Gabrielle.
That is photography. That is a term that I feel has lost some respect because of the fucking iPhone. Because now everybody feels like they're photographers. Like you just have an iPhone and you're like, hey, I can. They take a picture of like a coffee mug all close and it's like they put some little fade in the back or whatever. So tell us, Gabrielle, what makes a true photographer?
Okay, honestly, I follow a lot of photographers on Twitter, and they strictly use their iPhone.
Oh shit.
Oh wow.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I agree. Yeah, sometimes like maybe I guess the easiness of like what goes into like creating a wonderful photo can kind of be like simplified when it comes to the iPhone, but you don't need to have an expensive camera to be a photographer.
Okay.
I honestly think that if you can't afford the equipment or it's not your style and you just want to use your iPhone, go for it. Like it's awesome. What's the question?
But what do you think
Makes a good photographer.
Like, what would it take for you to call someone else? Like, that is a photographer right there. And not just a person taking pictures.
With an iPhone.
I don't know. Honestly, that's pretty hard. I consider everybody, no matter like their level of their photography, to be a photographer.
You're being kind, Gabrielle. There's some shitty pictures out there.
Okay, yeah, there can be shitty pictures. You can look at stuff and like it's like way overly contrast and saturation.
Oh,
like,
there we go.
Okay,
The
so
truth
but the
comes
thing
out.
is, like, those are people that are just starting out, and like honestly, I was at that level too. And like I'm actually teaching photography, and like when you look at it, it may not be your style, but if that's what they're into and that's what they feel goes into their art and how they're producing it, I'm all for it.
Okay. So you approach it from the art aspect.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Because even before we started, you were talking about how it took you a while to hone the skill and to find what it is that makes your photography your photography.
Yeah, everybody has like their own aesthetic, their own style. Like I think looking back from even July of last year when I started like changing up my style, and now looking back, like I'm like, ooh, that's no, it's not good. That's not what I'm saying, but I've gotten better. Okay, and so
Can you explain that a little bit? What are some specifics that you feel a beginner artist gets wrong when they're moving, when they're starting?
So I think the first thing is, well, if they have like a DSLR, they're putting it on auto, and they're allowing their camera to basically do all the work for them, which is okay. I mean, you're starting to get into like certain rules of photography, like rules of third and like your composition. But a lot of the time they just kind of...
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Just like a fist, so we can get all of your voice.
Okay, so that they let it do it all for them, and they're not kind of like really learning. But some things when they start putting it on manual, like they overexpose their stuff, or they think that like putting that saturation and contrast is going to make it like a better picture, or like it's going to give it like that powerful feel.
Yeah,
So
but
I
it
think
just
usually
looks...
that's kind of like where a lot of people go wrong, and where I most definitely went wrong at the beginning.
Okay, so when you're looking at a picture, you look at all these little details, like to make sure that it's looking exactly how you want it to look.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go into it.
The contrast, she said it contrast, and the aesthetics. I think aesthetics is a big thing when you see a picture. Just how everything looks with it. That's why a lot of the pictures, I mean, I said it earlier too, earthy. It looks really earthy. And you take a lot of pictures in the mountains and in the flowers, like with the sun lighting and the type of clothing that they wear, like the colors, like all of that matches really well. That's something I look for as well.
It's hard,
in pictures.
It's hard to describe music and pictures. Oh, I mean, of other stuff, of course, a lot. But it's like you have to use these weird words, like, oh, it's grainy, it's a little too like, and then like,
Oh my gosh.
or like food, like, or like, oh, it has undertones of oak and this.
Like wine connoisseurs.
Yeah, I love
There you
people who
go.
are able to describe such a weird object in a way, like music, like, oh, it has, you know, the warm, like, what does it mean to have a warm undertone? Do you know, what is that? Or is that people's faces?
It could be for both.
Okay.
I mean, you can describe everything.
Yes.
But like, so for me, I do have warm tones in my picture.
Warm
so
tones.
like color grading, or like a lot of people will be like your tones, your tones. It just basically means they kind of really love like your color palette of your pictures. So
Okay.
like for me, I like to drop my greens and like in my green tint, and I like to add warmth. And so like that's just kind of like the feel like outside, and like yeah, like
that's
you
what
said,
gives it that
earthy and stuff. So
earthy.
I like to stay outside as much as possible. I don't like to be inside. I like to take clients sometimes out of El Paso. I encourage my people. I was like, guys, like El
go
Paso is
outside.
beautiful outside, but like we can venture out. Like let's go to White Sands. Let's go to Slot Canyon. Let's go to Red Sands.
When
Let's
you
just,
get that white at White Sands, that white
Jesus.
background, you know?
that can be kind of hard too, because you're trying not to like overexpose like the background. Like I just did a graduation shoot, and so we had an overcast day. It was perfect. It's like this like perfect filter of like your lighting is just beautiful.
So that would be the better setting for you, an overcast when it's cloudy, right? Yeah, you got sun, but you get the clouds as well to kind of put the shades and everything.
Well, yeah, like on a sunny day, like that's awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to cancel their sessions because they're like, oh, there's like no sun.
Okay.
I'm like, but actually, like that works to our advantage because we can shoot anywhere and we don't have to go look for shade and all that stuff. So I don't mind an overcast day at all.
Okay, so back to what you were saying. Sorry, we tend to interrupt. At least I do. I'm
And
sorry.
I know I'm like,
Yeah. We've been criticized about that before. That our conversations are like
Like they go
no,
around.
I like it because I bounce back and forth
Okay,
all the
good.
time. So this is good.
you're our people.
Thank
You're
you.
our type of
Yeah,
person.
thank you.
I was saying, you turn down the greens, and you turn up
The warmth.
the warms. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Y'all want to catch my stuff? Write it down. Just kidding.
Oh wait, is this bad? Are we?
No,
are
no,
we-
no, no, no. It's okay. No, no, no. I have a lot of people who ask, will I make presets for my
Okay.
style of photography? And I'm like, no, it's like my baby right now. I kind of want to make some that are somewhat similar but different to like help other photographers.
right.
But like for me, like
Keep your secrets, Gabrielle. Like, don't feel pressured.
I know I just started teaching some photographers and people are like, don't teach them everything. Like let them learn. I'm like, it's okay, guys. Like I wish I had somebody
Yeah.
to like really help me
Oh, that's
like
badass.
this.
That's
So
awesome.
like for me, I edit in Camera Raw. So my photographers and people, they know what I'm talking about. I edit in Camera Raw from Adobe. And so that's where I do all of my color grading.
Okay.
So I like to kind of lower the green tint, which cancels out pink. So like, let's
Okay.
say like makeup. You
Yeah,
have
tell me what
red
effect it has.
on your face and
Yeah.
you put green concealer. It cancels out. It's like the
Green concealer. I've seen people put green shit on their face. I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah, like what are the canceling colors? Like if you have like purple under your eyes, you add orange. If you've got rosacea, you add green. If you've got like too much yellow in your skin, you add a purple. So it's basically the same thing in
Yeah.
In photography, sorry.
Wait, so when you add green stuff to your face, it doesn't make your face look green?
If you add too much, yeah, you get a
Okay.
green cast.
A green cast?
Yeah.
And that's I don't know. That's freaking
you Hulk?
awesome. That you have all these I don't know just how you manipulate all the colors.
All these tools.
to make everything look good the way you want it to
Yeah.
look. And I think that's awesome that you don't feel like it's oversaturated. Like if you teach this person how to do pictures, like it's gonna be like, no, she's gonna take away my clientele. Like now you're like, you know what? Let's all do it. Let's all get a piece of this pie. It's a big pie.
No, hell yeah! Like the two kids that well, they're not kids. I call them kids because they're like young
Your
photographers.
mentors.
But one, I think she's 24, 25, and the other one is 17. And so we did like a one sit down where we went over like the exposure triangle. What is your aperture? What do these things mean on your camera? And then I was like, okay, now that you guys understand that, we're gonna go out. So we had. I
that
took
sounds like
them
an
to some of
adventure.
my sessions. I said, come shadow me. I want you guys to be a part of it. Take pictures. Like I'm okay because everybody has a different eye. Everybody has a different aesthetic and feel to their photos. So no matter, even if we have the same subject, we're going to create something different and something beautiful at the same time. So I've been inviting more photographers to come out with me because like before, a lot of people don't want to share their locations or share their models because they don't want you kind of like to steal their like oomph. And I'm
Yeah.
like, come out, let's have fun. It's like I'm like, talk to me. What are your levels?
Yeah.
Do you need help?
That's beautiful.
So
That's
I'm really
beautiful.
enjoying it a lot.
Would
Yeah.
you say you're a little bit different from other people in your industry? Like, are people a little more secretive and a little more like? Are you a standout?
I want to say I'm teachable, and I want to say that I am willing to share.
Okay.
A lot of the time, it's hard to find that with fellow creatives. Like I've had that problem where people didn't really want me to like hang out with them when it came to shoots, or they want to like share locations because they felt like I was going to steal it.
Yeah.
But I understand that when you have it's your craft, and when you find something you really like, you kind of don't want to share it too often.
I feel you.
But
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm different. I just think I'm more open to having people.
Yeah, well they view it like training camps, like boxing, like oh, like I'm not gonna show you everything I'm doing, to come out in this like not a battle, but
Yeah.
you guys are pretty much not okay. It is fighting for clientele. Like my picture is better than your picture. Like I'm not gonna show you how I got this picture.
Okay.
But
He doesn't have a sickness, guys. He's got allergies, in case you're wondering.
I know I was going to speak up.
I feel like more like disturbed because I'm getting down with the sickness. Nah.
That song came on the other day, and I started laughing so hard because I was like, really, really killing it.
Right, at
Like,
this
really,
point.
it was great.
How does it feel to be at the point with you went from not knowing the shades and all of that, and you're at the point where you're teaching people? Like, how does that feel?
Honestly, like, it blows my mind because before I used to just be like, I guess you're your harshest critic, and so I used to be very scared of like critiques because I took a course in photography in high school, and I used to be so nervous. But other than that, I'm self-taught. And so I used to be so scared. Like, what if I bring somebody along and they're like, this girl doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. And so when my first photographer reached out to me, she was like, I would love to work with you. And I was
That's
like,
awesome.
me?
Oh.
Me? Really? Like, you would trust me, like, to help you on your journey to photography? And so I was super nervous. And I call them my guinea pigs, and they know this because I'm teaching, and I tell them, like, guys, if you guys hear me say something different, call me out on my shit. I was like, tell me how I need to explain this differently. But I'm actually having more people reach out to me, and it's a wonderful feeling.
Awesome.
It really is, because, like, I think it's different when somebody else, I guess, not compliments or just, I guess, sees the worth that you hope that you see in yourself. It feels good. I know, right? I was gonna
We'll
say
just do this right here.
Double mic. That's true, huh?
No,
Double mic.
it's an awesome feeling, guys. Like, it really is. And so I'm extremely humbled that people even reach out and just tell me, you know what? I see what you're doing. And I appreciate it. And I'm like, it feels amazing.
I mean, ours is different. Obviously, we're doing a different thing, but it feels real nice also to have people like Elia, like you, come over and validate what it is we're doing. Because initially, I mean, we're just talking shit. We're just three guys just talking shit.
No, I think your stuff is dope. Like, when I first found it, I don't know how I found you guys, to be honest. I think I clicked or I saw someone's tag, and I went through a lot of your videos, and I was laughing. And so
it's this motherfucker.
yes, you
Oscar
essentially. Like, he's eating chicken, and
Yes.
he's like cussing.
I'm eating like a
He's like,
lot
it's
of them.
good. And so, like, I love stuff like that because you guys are just doing your thing. And, like, I've always wanted to do a podcast, to be honest. But I was like, how would I do this? I would just basically, like, be breathing into the mic. But no, you guys are
Honestly,
awesome.
dude, I'm gonna take this opportunity to tell Oscar that I think he's the one that made us all feel comfortable, like with this, because I think he's so comfortable with himself. I mean, look at him, look at that delicious piece of a man. He's so comfortable with himself, and he wasn't afraid of that, and it just makes you feel comfortable, you know. So I was like, yeah, I'll talk. Because at first I was real shy about it. I was just like, what if I say something dumb? Like, and then Oscar would just say some stupid ass shit. I'd be like,
No, he
fuck
was.
yeah, I want to
I
say
was
something.
like,
next
I'm
level.
about this.
That's
When
awesome.
you guys messaged me, and y'all sent me a late message too, I was like, y'all sliding into my DMs after hours. But, like, I was literally like,
That's awesome.
I was so excited.
And how much of a bond do you create with your customers once they book and everything? Like, do you really try to make them make them feel comfortable?
So, photography is an investment, and I understand that it's an art form that not everybody can afford. And so when people reach out to me and they trust me to create art for them, like, I want to make sure that I can do anything and everything for my client. And so, like, I tell them, I give them my number, and I'm like, call me, text me, send me photo inspiration, ask me anything you guys want. And a lot of my clients end up becoming really good friends of mine.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of them are returning clients. There's some people that I've shot 3 to 5 times, or I've done their graduation pictures, and now, like, they're getting married, and, like, we're doing that stuff.
Oh, that's cute.
And so I don't think there's really one client that I don't really touch base with, to be honest. And
Awesome.
So, yeah, it's awesome.
And you're really confident too, like, because you were worried and all of this, but you have a really awesome presence. Like, you bring a good vibe and a good light. So you do have a lot of confidence. Do you think photography gave you this confidence, or you've always been confident?
Oh no, honestly, I'm super shy. Like,
Really?
I need some liquid courage sometimes.
Damn.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like, I forgot it. Just kidding.
I'm the druggie.
Right.
But out of anything, Hennessy though, that's my favorite.
What is
drink.
Hennessy? Is that whiskey?
No, is it cognac? Yeah, it's cognac, I think. Okay. Yeah, I like it.
No, but honestly, I've always been super shy. And so photography has literally forced me to just be outside of my comfort zone, to talk to people, to interact, to put myself in situations around a lot of people where I would get, like, really anxious.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like I bring on, like, my inner Beyonce when I have my camera.
Inner
And I
Beyonce.
No, I tell my clients that. It's like, after 15 minutes, you'll be Beyonce with me. Like, we'll have some fun. We'll get down.
Damn.
Like, we'll do whatever. I encourage them to, like, bring snacks and bring friends and bring your playlist. Because if you're uncomfortable with your photographer, you're uncomfortable with your pictures, it's going to show.
It's true,
And
yeah.
if I'm not feeling it, my clients are going to be like,
Yeah.
but no, it really does. Like, I get my camera and I feel like I transform, which sounds funny. But no, I'm super shy. But a lot of people tell me you have an outgoing personality.
Yeah.
Like, thank God.
Well, every artist has an alter ego, I believe.
Yeah.
A lot of them own up to it, like Nicki Minaj, like all the.
Marshall
But it's mostly
Mathers.
girls, like
Eminem.
Eminem too, yeah. I was gonna say
Shady.
it's mostly girls, but no. Guys do that as well. They have like an alter ego. I mean, you almost have to be able to get out of your shell and whatnot. But channeling your inner Beyonce.
That was.
I love it. Because you know how she says, she has like, Beyonce says, like, I get super shy and stuff, but when I come out, like, I'm Sasha Fierce. Like, I'm like, so
Sasha
I'm bringing
Fierce.
out
That's
my
yeah.
inner Beyonce.
Hey.
So yeah.
I'm so sorry to tell you.
I'm sorry.
If
I'm
you want,
a-
just carry it with you as
My
you move.
bobblehead,
Así
I'm
mira.
like-
I'm a Rihanna
Así,
fan, so
Te vas así,
I
luego.
don't know.
I am too.
Yeah, I like this is Rihanna and then Beyonce.
Damn. You know what? I didn't used to think Rihanna was that attractive, but I think I evolved as a man, and now I appreciate it.
Damn.
Thank you. I was like, everybody thinks
I
you're
evolved as a
attractive.
man. My taste in women got refined.
I was sophisticated now. I like the women of the arts.
What school? What high school did you go to?
I went to Franklin High School.
Franklin High.
Yeah.
From where I'm from Clint. Like it's like a small school, so we're like, oh, the cool people in Franklin, Americas, and like all this.
Oh my gosh.
let's go to the big high schools to go to the big parties and whatnot.
No, yeah, like people used to be like, "Oh, you went to the rich school," and I'm like, "No, like we were seriously underfunded. We just had a really nice building."
Awesome. Were you doing photography during your high school years?
So my sophomore year,
Oh,
like,
you said
the
you took a
first
class,
semester,
yeah.
we just got a photography teacher, and I consider her my photography mentor. Her name is Krista Avila, and I
Shout
still,
out.
yes, I love her. She's wonderful, and so she basically taught me like refine my knowledge of basics, and then like she just encouraged me from there. And I still have her on Facebook and Instagram, and we talk to each other every now and then. I babysat for her. She's super awesome. But other than that, I just learned on my own. And so YouTube videos and
Yeah, YouTube is a motherfucker.
yes, it's awesome.
Like now we have so much information. We can learn anything
Yeah, you don't even have to go to school.
as long as we want
Dang.
to. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
No, serious.
Yeah, you fucked up, Irvin.
There's whole MIT courses for everything, every subject, on YouTube, and
Yeah.
you don't even have to do homework.
No, I didn't discover YouTube till my senior year in high school, 2010.
I was like, wait,
was
20,
just like, okay.
we just graduated.
2010.
17.
Yeah, 2010. How old are you, Gabriella?
I'm 25.
25. So you
Yeah.
graduated in
2013.
2013. Okay. So you were a sophomore or freshman? No, not
Who's doing
even.
math?
We're trying to drop our math skills. Hold on, let me before we move too far, because I like what you had said earlier about making people feel comfortable behind the camera.
From un gallo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, earlier you were mentioning how you do wedding shoots and you also shoot for models. Which one do you feel like is more difficult, or does each one of them bring their own challenge?
I think each one can have their own challenge because sometimes you have to cater your session to your client.
Okay.
On what they like, how they feel, their preferences.
Okay.
Comes stress-wise, weddings.
Stress, because
They're
it's so important
awesome
to them,
money,
huh?
But oh my gosh, it's so much drama. Sometimes, like, it's a big day, and it's a lot of stress because you
Yeah.
want to make sure you capture every single moment,
Yeah.
like every single freaking thing that you can capture. Because when I think about it, you're going through a blur in
Yeah.
such a short amount of time.
Man, that's
and
so-
you're just not being able to. Sometimes you can enjoy every single moment, and it's like a rush.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what really happened that day?
Yeah.
And then you
Dang.
look back at your photos, and that's why like their memories capturing time. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh yeah, that's right, that happened. Or look, that's our first kiss. Or like we cut the cake, and I don't remember tasting my cake.
Yeah.
So
Everybody,
yeah.
all the women that get married look stressed out as fuck. Yeah, like I tell my girlfriend, I'm like, you better
Enjoy it.
plan it. Like we'll relax, we'll do our thing. But she's probably not. She's probably gonna be panicking the whole time and just.
That's why
like,
you should elope and hire me to be your elopement photographer.
Damn.
Boom.
We'll go take shots together somewhere on a beach or in the
Those
desert.
spells.
You forget about stress for sure.
I know a lot of them at weddings are like, Yinsis will start giving me alcohol at the end, and I'm
Yeah.
like, y'all want your pictures to be crooked or what? And they're like, you can fix it, and I'm
The
like,
finger.
true. I'm like,
I can
"Yeah."
imagine you just going like,
Sale el dedo.
For real, I'm like, I'm doing it.
And then what about models? Are you dealing with people who are already experienced and they're just kind of like, okay, I do my own thing, or do you have a lot of involvement also in the pictures?
So I've actually never had to like deal with any models, I guess, who are high maintenance. A lot of them, when they reach out to me, they're like, you know what, I would love to work with you. I'm down for whatever you want to do.
Okay.
But I encourage them, like, give me your ideas. Like, we can go along with my style, but I want your input.
Yeah.
I want your ideas as well.
Yeah.
I know. Sorry.
I just keep.
But I work with
But you
models.
can hear it.
Yeah, you can hear.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'll project my voice more.
Oh, that is.
Dang.
But I work with models with different levels of experience.
Okay.
And so I do model calls a lot, and I want to work with anybody. If you kind of want to get into it, let's go. I'll take time
Okay.
with you until you're comfortable. Let me know what you want to do. And then I have models where they show up, I give them my idea or what we want to do, and they're like, bam. They
Yeah.
just
Like, what
work
kind of
out.
shoots are you doing? Are you doing like sexy shoots, like where they're like in
So
bikinis?
I'm all good with boudoir photography. That's basically what that style is called.
Oh,
Boudoir.
that's awesome.
French?
Yes, boudoir.
I consider myself. a boudoir. That's my.
But I
middle
like
name.
a creative, tasteful feel of it. You want to spread your cheeks? Can we put some butterflies? That's basically my thing.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
if you want to be sexy and beautiful and tasteful, that's awesome. But I was like, let's add a different element in there. Let's add some paint to your body, or let's put pearls, or
Yes.
let's do a certain outfit.
Do you know who Rick is? Rick, I forgot his last name. He's from Juarez. He was on
Okay.
some show called Skin Wars, and he does body art.
Ink.
Okay, I've seen like a couple of those shows. They're
On,
pretty
on
awesome.
his on his Instagram is Ink. It's like a 3 and then NKE.
NKS. You should get in contact with that guy
Okay.
and work together. 'Cause, oh my
Don't
god,
tell,
he does.
don't tell Gabriella what
I'm
to
just
do.
saying.
No.
I expect it in the next few weeks. I just get it. He does beautiful work on people's bodies. Yeah, I mean they're naked and stuff, but he draws over them and he'll make it look like something else. He'll like make it look so that they're on a background and they just blend right into.
This
it.
is some of his work.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, awesome. Actually, I like to ask my viewers,
Uh-huh.
give me ideas. I want to hear from you. And one model literally yesterday was like, paint and in the desert. So maybe I might hit him up and be like,
Yeah,
let's do
that's-
Yeah.
Let's do this.
He's crazy. He's crazy. He does some crazy stuff. I didn't even know who he was till Irvin brought him up and we started taking a look at his stuff. But yeah, it's crazy. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm like like a minor aficionado. Like I like to draw like a duck or like the or like the S that everybody drew. With the three
The
things.
trouble is, yes.
I like to draw a duck.
Like that's pretty much my level of art.
What? That's true. Ducks are like the first go-to for drawing.
No, I
You
don't,
don't think
know what
so?
you're talking
No,
about.
it's like the outline of a duck is just so easy to. No, nobody.
Maneuver around.
Mine are flowers, but I guess
Flowers?
Flowers?
Yeah.
I'm a girl, so.
Just
Oh,
boom,
that's
boom,
cute.
boom, boom. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Let us see a duck.
Oh, Greg had a question actually.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's all adamant, like, ask her the question.
and then he wrote it
So-
all poetic and shit.
Gabriella, in your line of work. Okay, in your line of work, you get to do intimate events such as weddings, and you've mentioned that your favorite part of those ceremonies are the vows. As a photographer, you get to frame these tapestries and tell stories that you want people to remember. Is there something freeing about experiencing a genuine moment that can only be experienced by the people living them? In other words, are there things that a photograph can't say?
Poetic. That was beautiful, Greg.
That was a really good question. And he went into my Instagram
Yeah.
because I was like, wait, that's like way back when I talked about
Whenever
that.
Greg's not here, we miss that part because he went to prison for being a stalker for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. So he still has that tendency.
He's like the Sean Evans. Have you ever watched
Oh,
Wild
yeah.
Ones?
Hot ones.
Hot Ones.
Wild
No,
ones.
no, I have not.
Okay, back to
Wait, so
the question. Okay, you want me to repeat it?
Yeah.
Okay, so in your line of work, you get to do intimate events such as wedding, and your favorite part are the vows. Is there something freeing about experiencing a genuine moment that can only be experienced by the people living them? Damn. In other words, are there things that a photograph can't say?
Yes.
are there things that a photograph can't
Yeah.
say?
Are there things that a photograph can say?
Oh, I think he knows what he
Can or can't say?
Like
Can't.
Can't
like
say.
the moment that you experienced and you wish.
Are you
could
able to capture it?
Yeah, and you
think
you don't
so.
have to tell somebody else what was going on that moment. Where it was like, oh, you should have seen it. Like they just see it in a picture, or is it almost impossible to be able to capture every? I mean, I'm sure it is. Like every moment. That's a difficult question. Too.
No, well, it's because he's talking about like the vows. So I think that experience is gonna be pretty
like for
much.
somebody who can't hear what they're saying?
I think what he's trying to say, like it's
talking
personal
about
to the person
disabilities?
that took the picture. So I mean that got the picture taken. So like it's the couple with the vows, like they're gonna see the picture, like oh, like they're gonna feel that feeling or remember that feeling. But it's somebody like a third party, like that's gonna watch this, like be able to feel that, you
Oh,
know?
most definitely. I mean, you see pictures from all around the world, and you may not know exactly what's specifically going down there, but you're going to be hit with some sort of emotion. And a lot of the time, it's true to what's going on in that photo.
Okay.
And so, like, you see, like, a woman crying holding her baby, like, you know that she's probably feeling like just these intense emotions of joy for her kid. Or if you were to view like photos from a wedding and you see like couples crying when they're doing their vows, like, you know that even though you didn't hear what they were saying, like, this person was pouring their heart out for the person that they're about to marry.
That's beautiful.
I think sometimes if you don't know the background story, you might not know exactly what's going on, but you're gonna feel some sort of emotion. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, you think that taps in like to past experiences as well, like
yeah,
in your brain,
exactly.
like maybe not that exact same thing that happened in that picture, but your brain like registers to something that
Yeah,
happened
like
to you
when you
before.
hear music, I mean, you hear lyrics, and maybe sometimes like it's not specific to like what's going on, or but I don't know, you just feel emotions when you hear it, and it just takes you back, and maybe that person's interpreting something different, but you feel something and you connect with it. So yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Okay.
I think that's sick though. Seeing an image. Do you have any specific images that when you saw it you just can't forget till this day? Like do you have any just go-tos, pictures that you keep going back to that you love?
From me or other artists?
Just in general.
Yeah, in general.
Let's see. Gosh, I'm trying to like think. I think one photo that I'm pretty sure a lot of people really know, there's a photo of a girl from National Geographic, and it was all around the world because
colored eyes?
her eyes. And so I remember when the photography version of National Geographic came out, where it's basically just like the most amazing photos so far that they've done on their issues, and she was the cover. And I was like, yeah, like I know, like yes, she should be the cover.
I can
and I think
visualize
that's just
it.
one that I still have that issue put away in like my memento box
shit.
because
Yeah.
there's just something about her eyes. And then you see her now as an older woman. She's got children, and she's still beautiful. And
Yeah.
it's like,
I don't
it's
know who she
insane.
is.
I think the story
never seen it.
behind it is she was a Syrian woman, if I'm not mistaken, or Iraq or something like that. And it was during times of like war or something. And they took a picture. It was just this little girl, but with this beautiful face
Just
and like
beautiful.
But behind it was just chaos.
And like, I don't even remember the background story or anything. And like, but that's just the photo that always like her eyes.
Stuck with you.
Yeah.
Just
That's
insane.
crazy.
How important are the eyes in a picture?
If you don't get the eyes in focus, you might as well just throw away the photo. Basically. But sometimes, you know what? There are blurry images where it's a different emotion in the movement and stuff
Okay.
like that. So it could have a different feeling. Sometimes, now I've actually stopped taking out, I guess, like the bad photos.
Okay.
When I turn over, I guess, raw images. I know, turning over the raws.
I don't know what that means.
It just means so...
Giving them the raw pictures, right?
Yeah, like a lot of photographers don't like to give the unedited photos or like the, I guess, not up to par ones, because what's the point of hiring a photographer if you just want like that? But I give them over because to me, some photos might seem like, I guess, a little lackluster, but
Yeah.
to that person, they could see that and be like, oh, that's right, or I love this. And I'm
Yeah.
like, so I turn them over.
Yeah.
So
That's cool that you do that. Because as an artist, I think you have these particular things that you like, but then someone else sees something and like, oh, I actually like that, where you didn't even realize it. And then you're still satisfying their needs by
Yeah.
giving them that.
Yep.
like I always laugh when I turn over albums. I know which ones I love the most and which ones I'm ready to post. And then I see the ones that clients post because those are the ones they like the most. And I'm like, okay, like you definitely did not post the ones that I thought were like, yes. And they post different ones because they meant something different to them. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that the photo's less beautiful than the ones I wanted to post,
Yeah.
but they just were like, they had a different feel and eye for the ones that they
So,
wanted.
how did you get to the point you are now? What's your journey look like? Like ups and downs?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of ups and downs.
Because you're taking pictures of notable people already, like at this point. So how did you get to the point that you are now?
Honestly, so there was a point in time where I didn't pick up my camera for a whole year. And I just could not find the drive, the creativity. I had some negative feedback from another photographer. And I
Okay.
was like, wow, this person doesn't see worth in what I'm producing. Like, why am I doing this? Fast forward, I picked up my camera, and I just was like, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this. And I actually was getting really mad at myself because I had stopped doing what I loved.
Yeah.
And at the time, like, I couldn't see myself doing anything else. I was kind of just, like, floating, doing whatever. But I think there was a point in time when I just decided to reach out to other photographers.
Okay.
And ask for feedback and just start doing what I wanted to do. Like, I don't know, guys, this is really hard. Let's see.
What are you thinking?
Well, I'm trying to, like, explain it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if other artists will understand, like, what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
no.
hard
Just
to explain.
Listen, if you don't get it through our brains, it'll get through someone else's brain.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like, my
Speak
fellow artists know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Speak your mind.
But I think what helped is not saying no to jobs that may not be my style.
Okay.
And so it would just push me to interact. It would push me to kind of figure out what I really liked. Doing headshots, doing sporting events, like those aren't my favorite things to do, but it really did help me grow. And I met a lot of people through that. So
opened doors.
there was actually a point where I was shooting funerals, and people are like, "You take pictures at funerals?" And I'm like, "They're like, yeah, I do."
What
Because
is that like?
it's really hard. Because I'm an emotional, like, if I see someone crying, I feel like I'm an empath, and I start, like, feeling it. Like, I just can't.
But I didn't even know people did that.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. And so I started doing that, and I started meeting people through that
Yeah.
because they're like, well, your work is beautiful. And I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
And so I would just make connection after connection. I guess that's basically where a lot of work was from me, but just through networking and talking to other people and just spreading my photography wherever.
Okay. So it just perseverance,
Yeah, oh yeah.
continuing to just build.
What shifted though? What shifted that day that you were like, fuck this person, fuck this photographer that said this shit. I'm gonna keep doing what I love. What happened? Like, what shifted? What did you think about? What like did you see a picture? Like, what happened?
I decided to open my Instagram back up, and
So you had gotten out of your
yeah,
Instagram.
I stopped. I basically just completely stopped, and my style back then is completely different from now. But
We have you all double.
I know,
No, you're fine.
It's because when you turn to Oscar, I wanted to
I know, it's because I'm trying. Like, I'm used to like.
It's fine.
Do like this.
I'll
and I
just
want
go
to
a
try
bit
to talk to you.
closer. It's because I am kind of far.
double mic. Look at you now. You're
Is this
embracing
better?
it.
Damn.
You went from
Does it sound
nervous
good?
to double micing.
And I apologize. I jump back and forth. I'm a jibber jabber. So
That's
like,
fine.
No,
We are
it's
too.
better for us.
Yes.
It's better.
Continue.
God, I'm trying to think. I just remember doing a black and white shoot with a friend, and I just remember that feeling all over again, like when I used to shoot. And I was like, why did I stop doing this? This feels amazing. Like, every artist has like their medium of choice. So like
Yeah.
medium meaning they're painting, they use charcoal,
Right.
whatever. So I like to say I'm an artist that uses photography as my medium to
Okay.
like express myself. So I just remember that feeling, that like rush, like a drug, like creating something. And I don't know, I just said I'm not gonna stop doing this
Yeah.
ever again. And since then I just haven't put my camera back down.
Imagine if you, because I mean, I think that's a big determining factor whether people continue chasing their dreams or not. How much they love it. How much
Yeah.
do you love what you do to continue to push? Because like inevitably, there's gonna be downs. There's gonna be failures. There's gonna be, and I love it when people talk about their failures because I think it motivates
Because
others.
it makes me feel better.
Makes me feel better about my failures.
Yeah.
No, but honestly,
No, yeah,
it
it's
does.
true.
Yeah.
I like to be open and honest with my people. Like, I've started to be more, I guess, personable in my captions.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like a quote from a song or like
Yeah.
a poem I found on Pinterest. And I'll be like, look, guys, like today I felt like crap.
Yeah.
I was like, I was crying my eyes out, or I did this, or whatever. And so people will message me on the side and be like, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't be fearful of just being to your people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think because you see a role model as maybe like, oh, they're these people really. But you can be a role model to somebody, even though we're not like famous or whatever.
Yeah.
Someone can look at us and then be like, have that little bit extra to just keep going. Like, oh, Irvin like didn't do this. He sucked at it. It's like, you know what? That's cool. Like, I've been through the same thing and now he's succeeding. So let me push forward and like maybe gain some motivation. Like yourself too. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, you struggled. Someone who's a photographer is looking at this right now, and they're like, "Oh, I admire her pictures. I admire her work."
She went through struggles. I'm going through struggles. Like,
Honestly,
and
I
she
still
made
do.
it.
It's part of the
Yeah.
process.
Like, I'll show up
yeah.
to shoots and like I get really scared about dark lighting. And people will be like, well, you're a Sony shooter. You shouldn't be afraid of lighting. But they know what I'm talking about. And so
Damn it.
I'll
wish
be
I
like,
knew.
man, are my skills really that good? Am I going to mess up and not capture this moment? Or am I going to have too much grain if I have to like raise my ISO? And so I'll freak out sometimes. And
Yeah.
I get the nerves for every shoot.
That's
Every
good, though.
single session. It doesn't matter. But I
Yeah.
think that kind of like
Yes.
pushes me. And I'm like, okay, we're going to do this. And then they show up and I'm like, okay, crazy fit, over, no crying, like, we're going to be good. And I'm not really crying. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, I'm nervous. We're going to do this. And it's awesome.
Flows.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool that you said nervous because I'm a big fight fan. So is Oscar. And like in fighting, they say once you lose those nerves, you should be worried because then you don't have that extra like, you know,
Yeah.
Alert.
yeah, or paying attention to little details or focusing. So when you're a little nervous, you're like level 2.
What about your parents? Do your parents did they support you when you were like, you know what, this is the career that I want to follow, or did they tell you like, no, you gotta get a job and blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Honestly, my whole family is extremely supportive. My mom,
Beautiful.
she's like my personal cheerleader. Like she's always advertising for me. She's always like sliding people my information. And my mom, like, you know how they say like your mom's supposed to love you.
Yeah.
Like they're your mom. They're supposed to like.
Regardless.
Yeah, but no, like she'll tell me straight up like, Gab, what were you thinking? Or Gab, this is beautiful. And
That's good.
she's also an artist, so I trust her eye.
Awesome.
But
What
no,
does
like
she
my
do?
Yeah.
my mom's a musician.
Oh wow.
And she's an incredible artist, freehand too. But my mom, she has like the voice of an angel. Like no, she
Oh.
sings real good.
Can
I'm
you
not
sing?
gonna lie. I can.
Oh!
I can, guys, but
Dang.
that's like not my
Hey,
that's
hey.
not my area of art.
We're gonna bust out a song
Bust down,
right now.
Tatiana.
Nah.
Honestly, no, these mics sound real good.
Right?
No, I bet she's like, do it. No. But my mom's an artist. She's super
Yeah, that's
supportive. My whole family, they're always like sending my information to people,
Yeah.
sharing my stuff. My brother, he quarterbacks out in Abilene, and he still shares my
Oh,
stuff from
shit.
out there. He's like, when you come out here, I have people lined up for you. I have
Yeah.
family in different places all over the states, and like when you come here, like we'll have people here for you. But no, they've never ever been like, that's all you're gonna do. Like when
Yeah.
I tell people I'm a photographer, and
Yeah.
they're like, okay, but what do you really do?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a
That's
That's what I'm
photographer.
saying. Like I feel like photographers have lost respect. Like why do they have to? Some people do say that, like, oh, you're a photographer. Like, well, what do you do? Or some people are like trying to jump out of their other career to become photographers because it's what they're passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
But you face some type of social challenge.
It's because they think that if you don't have like all these followers, you're not gonna make it.
Okay.
But I honestly have just recently been following this one artist, and I can't remember her handle. Her work is beautiful, and she's
Okay.
from here. I think she's a military wife. She only has like 200 followers. But I'm looking at her photos, and I'm like, girl. But I think like I lost track.
Oh, that about her. How like
Oh no, yeah.
doesn't have a lot
I
of
think
followers.
that people think that if you don't have like that high traffic, that you're not going to be good and you're not going to
Okay.
succeed. But that's not about it. I
Yeah.
have people who are constantly busy and do their thing, and they literally just pay their way with
Right.
photography, and they don't have a lot of followers. But it's just, I don't know.
yeah.
So now you can make photography work. I mean, a lot of people are photographers. You are going to have a handful that are going to step out and be more noticeable among the rest. But no, nobody's ever in my family have been like, you should probably pick up something else.
We speak about that often about how important it is to have a good
Support
support
group,
group.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it, and I mean I'm sure there's people who maybe their parents are like, no, you're never gonna, and they maybe gain motivation from that, and they're like, nah, well I'm gonna prove
Yeah, they're
you,
driven.
fuck you, dad, like I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? But like, I personally have thrived thanks to my. I think I would have probably been a bum if it wasn't for like my girlfriend and my mom and people who support me. You know, because
Yeah.
that's what gives you motivation to do stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know, otherwise you're just doing it to do it. I mean, at least for me. So that's awesome though.
You can't glaze over the fact that you said your brother quarterbacks out of Abilene.
Glaze.
So what is
Go
it?
Warhawks.
What is it? A Division III high school? What is this?
Gotcha.
D2 or D3.
Like
He's gonna get so
CUSA?
mad at me right now.
Are they in UTEP's conference?
I don't think so.
No,
No.
because
Oh, I don't even.
it's Division I, and then you have like all these other conferences. Like, well, I just said it's CUSA, and then that's
No, I believe he's D3 because he got a full academic scholarship.
and he walked on to the football team.
No, they recruited him to go.
Oh,
So
that's fucking awesome.
So he goes to McMurray University. He's actually currently home right now with his girlfriend because of everything that's going on. But no, he is an amazing football player.
Yeah.
He went to Franklin also.
Nice.
So he's a big kid. He's
Shout
like
out.
6'1", 6'2".
I was gonna ask
Wow,
you.
how is he so tall?
His dad is 6'1", 6'2". Big old white boy
Jesus.
from Alabama.
Big old white one.
Big old white boy from Alabama.
Alabama.
Hold on, I want to ask.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, yeah.
Yeah, Roll Tide. No,
Hell
that's
yeah.
us. We're not
He
NFL.
loves it.
We're
Hell
not
yeah.
NFL. We're college. Like my brother, his first words were Roll Tide. I'm not gonna
Yep.
lie.
I
So
see.
yes.
And I've been a fan since 2010.
Oscar loves
Because I saw LSU versus Alabama. And at the moment, I was doing some cardio for football. And I was like, that's the team.
They
And then,
are the team.
and then they went on to beat Texas, the Longhorns that year.
Ingram was their running back, no?
Yeah, but that
brother's
year,
idol.
their defensive lineman hurt the Longhorns quarterback. And then that's how they ended up picking up momentum and won the game. And then from then on, that's when they started Nick Saban started just pounding it in. Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna ask.
We can't just talk about football.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Thinking about rolling tide. No, but continue. I forgot.
That's funny.
No, but yeah, that would be my brother's dream school. I bet if he could just go and play.
I hope he
for
does.
Alabama.
I
But
hope
he's
he
doing.
does.
I think he wants to go into psychology.
Oh shit.
Yeah, psychology. And so he would love to do like with sports.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, I would always love to do anything with football, even if I don't play after college.
Like sports psychology?
Yeah, he's like, if I could be like a personal psychologist for like the team at Alabama or even Nick Saban, like he'd be like, I would be
Jesus.
living the dream.
I feel like that's a big thing coming around lately, especially in fighting sports.
Yeah.
It's because I mean, in terms of fighting, they always say it's your confidence is key. So sports psychology, they even say once you win your first title, your belt or whatever, people tend to improve dramatically their skills because now they feel
Yeah,
confident
it's that
in what they're
confidence
doing.
boost.
Yeah,
Like they're like they feel the worth, they feel that power.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's how you felt when you got paid for your first gig.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it was like
Yeah.
$50.
Dang.
$50.
That still sounds pretty good right now.
Honestly, heck yeah, that's gas money.
Yeah.
That's gas
well, I mean,
money.
it's cheap right now.
Oh,
so.
that's what I was gonna ask you. How has the things going around right now
Oh, with the
affected your
cray-cray out
work?
there with the coronavirus? Okay, so honestly, my business thrives off of contact.
Right.
And so I literally had to freak out about this, and I was honest in my post. I was like, what am I going to do? How am I going to pay my bills? But to be honest, I have not had to have any cancellations.
That's good.
And I would cancel. Y'all, I would cancel if any of us were going to be put in danger.
Yeah.
But since we're always outdoors and I try and take them out, so far no cancellations. I've actually had an increase in bookings, to be honest.
That's good.
So
Maybe 'cause
especially
people
with
are
the
home?
poppies, people
Yeah.
are like, you're going to be out there at the poppies? I'm
Oh,
like,
right.
yeah. I'm like, yeah, mini sessions, guys. I was like, help me pay my bills and get beautiful
Yeah.
pictures. So honestly, business has been the usual.
Okay, good.
Awesome.
But we
Because-
have had like White Sands closed, so some of
Okay.
my graduates wanted to like be photographed at White Sands, so that closed. So we're having to think of like different places and stuff, but they're pretty open to what I kind of like give them
Yeah.
for other locations because well they want to work with me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh thanks guys.
Yeah, because it is weird times. Like
It really is. I feel like I'm in a twilight zone.
it's getting weirder every
And then
day.
paired with like our generation of like, humor and memes, like we're literally going
Yeah.
through something crazy, and like people are making memes, and I'm like, this feels really weird.
Yeah.
Like really weird.
I think it's just a way of, for me, it's a way of not comfort, but
I guess
of
like coping.
dealing with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get too serious about it. Like I know it's serious, and I
Yeah.
know that the shit's popping off. Like I know that, but then if I get too serious, like I'll start worrying and panicking, and then I see people buying guns. Like I gotta go get
Oh,
guns.
that's what freaked me out. I was like, I'm not afraid of the virus. Okay, I'm afraid of the virus. But I'm more afraid of what people are going to do.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I saw that people were like buying new guns and getting ammunition, I kept thinking of the Purge. And I was like,
Yeah.
you hoarders.
I think that
They're going to
fucking
come for
movie-
you first. So that's the only thing that really is concerning me.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm like, do I have to go buy a gun?
Yeah, same.
That movie, I think, ruined people's mentality on shit. Because now
Well-
everybody's like, oh my God, it's going to happen.
Well, on the little video picture, I've been seeing posts that it says 3/21/2020, like when the purge was supposed to happen.
This is
and
the way I
whatnot.
see it, though, guys.
Was
Like,
yesterday.
okay.
Nobody died.
Okay, in the Purge, people are not in the Purge, but like the fears that they're going to start breaking into your house, right? To steal your shit or kill you or whatever.
Yeah.
But at first, I think they're going to the first sign is they're gonna break into Walmarts. Like they're not gonna go straight to houses.
What do you mean they have nothing on the shelf?
Because they know that people have guns. You know what I mean? Especially here, or they'll break into whatever. Look, it's
Academy.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I believe you.
And by the time that happens, we have the biggest military in the world. Like, and we're next to Fort Bliss. Like, you think a couple of dudes with guns are gonna do anything against the military?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You never know.
If it gets to that
People
point,
who are scared.
Yeah.
Like, that panic with human beings is not always the best thing. My thing is, if they went crazy for a flat screen on Black Friday.
That's true.
They're going crazy for toilet paper,
Yeah.
stabbing people over toilet paper.
Oh, I saw that in Midland.
Yeah, that's.
And then two people were fighting over crates of water at Costco, and I was like,
Jesus
just I'll give you
Christ.
some water.
Like, give me your gallon, let me fill it up with tap water. Like, you're pretty much good. Don't worry about it.
I know, like, they're like, it's going to be in the water. I'm like, you're drinking bottled water, y'all. It's something's already in your system.
People are spreading too much stuff that's just making people more scared.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I was gonna die with the sun. I'm like, dude, like, Donald Trump said that. It's not a fact. Some guys are saying it like it's a fact. Like, yeah, dude, the news are saying that it's gonna die with the sun. It's like, it's
Which
not a
news
fact.
are you following?
Yeah, you do.
there's a lot of
That's what my mom says. She goes, it's cold and this virus is thriving. And I'm like, okay.
How true is that though?
Honestly, I'm not going to say anything. I don't know. I'm gonna do
What are
my
they saying?
research.
I haven't
That
heard
the
of that.
virus is gonna die with the sun.
That make
You know,
what
they
way
say if
though?
like you boil something, like you're gonna get
It kills the
rid of
virus.
I mean,
But
but
I
it's
don't
being
know.
transferred from body to body. Like it's not like it's out there, you know. And it can live on the surface, I think, for several hours.
Like you can live in the air for like 3 hours,
Yeah.
but
You know what? Because my girlfriend's a nurse, and she is upset that the CDC continues to say that it's droplet. So basically, there's a difference between droplet and airborne, and it just depends on the particle size, like the little. And because the smaller the particle, the further it travels, right?
Okay.
So there's conflicting sources that there's a guy from the University of Minnesota who says it's airborne, and other people are saying it's airborne, but the CDC says it's droplet. And the huge thing about that is that when it's airborne, it means that I can transfer it to Oscar even if I'm like, it just means it's in the air, like it
Yeah.
flows, and it's a lot easier to transmit. And that's the fear, because like for example, hospitals, they follow the CDC regulations. So in hospitals, they might not necessarily be taking the correct precautions, or even people might not be taking the correct precautions. So that's only going to make shit worse if it is airborne. So that's just that's what she was talking about. She's like, hey, like we need to figure this shit out. So much. I think that during this time, you're realizing how much misinformation there is.
unprepared we are.
well,
Yeah.
I realized that I would look up stuff and I couldn't figure out how people were really dying.
Yeah.
And I was like, are their lungs stopping? Are they filling up with liquid? Are they having heart attacks?
But
is it the fever burning their brain?
I
People
think
are like, "This girl."
I
But
think
you know what I'm
the thing is
saying? Like,
everybody
they say
has
the
voice.
symptoms, but
Yeah.
they're not saying really how people
How
are
they're dying.
Because everybody has a voice, so everybody can. So people, I feel like nowadays get their information from memes, Instagram,
Twitter.
social media. You know, so you're seeing this, and then you're like, okay, well, that's my information. So,
Yeah.
and it's like I could make that video, you know, or even right now I could say some shit that's like maybe what I said is totally false, but because people watch us and
Yeah,
they're like,
they're gonna
oh
be
well,
like, "Oh."
now they spread it, and then that shit spreads. But to address what you had said, just to spread some more false information, I think people are dying. Well, according to my girlfriend, what she said, because these little viruses, they have little piquitos, right? I think they're called antigens, and those things have the capability of going into your lower respiratory system,
Okay.
which is usually sterile. The stuff can't get down there, but this can go down there, and that's where the shit is.
It
popping
gets
up.
stuck.
Because it has the capability of sticking down there. And the thing is, for people with what they call them comorbidities or pre-existing conditions or whatever, they can die from pneumonia, like pneumonia.
Yeah.
So it'll create like that's a different bacteria that'll start creating, or acute respiratory syndrome, which
So like stuff will like fester where it's not supposed to.
so basically, it's there. People are struggling to breathe because there's fluid maybe building up in their little
Okay.
sacs, which are called alveoli or some shit, and the air is just not being able to transfer from the lung to the bloodstream.
So the lungs basically stop working.
Yeah, you're basically just drowning in your
Transfer to your
Right.
ovaries, or what did you say?
you're drowning. That's why people can't breathe. And she was saying that people's because I think you have to have a certain amount of oxygen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think they call it oxygen saturation levels in your blood, and they usually are at like 95 or something.
Okay.
So people with this, it's dropping dramatically to
So
like
you're
the
not getting
60s,
enough oxygen.
50s. Exactly, dude. So you're dying. You're being
No estás
choked.
So you're like
respirando, Simón.
suffocating.
Yeah, you're suffocating. And people also, I believe, because the fevers go up really high as well, so you can die from that. So there's several, but I think that's the main reasons why people are
Damn.
dying, because of the lungs. Because you're
Sorry.
you're be
What
choked.
did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, I heard something else.
What would you hear?
What did you hear?
Never mind. Can we watch that back?
What
What
did you
is
say?
it?
I
What?
thought you said that
people
that's
are
why
choking?
white people are doing.
Oh
I was
shit!
like, wait, what?
No.
Sorry,
I was
can't
like,
hear y'all.
choking?
But you
People
know
are
what?
choking?
I think the reason people didn't give a shit is because some people don't even show symptoms. Like some people les da y
Well,
no
they're
pasa
saying
nada.
everybody's being affected differently. Like there was a
Yeah.
news reporter who got it, and she's just like, "Well, I feel really tired. I had a fever." And then you have somebody else who, had pre-existing conditions or had it
Yeah.
hit them differently. Like they were really suffering.
Yeah.
And like she was getting better over like a couple of 3 to 4 days, and
Yeah.
then one person was like literally suffering for like a week.
Yeah.
So everybody's just being affected differently.
But do you guys think that the panic is a good thing or a bad thing?
It has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's a good thing?
Good thing because it'll prepare us for
Yeah,
something else that might come later on. We'll be ready for it.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen you before.
Well, people
Yeah.
are saying that this is kind of showing people to realize, or I guess higher up to realize how fucked up the health system is, which we already know.
Yeah.
But I mean, or how underprepared certain people can be, or maybe I guess to show people what we can really do together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it does have positive, I guess, and negative. Mostly
Because I think
but-
people wouldn't have done shit if it wasn't for this panic. Like I think people would just continue going out
Yeah.
to get tacos and flautas and fuck it, I'm gonna eat. But now that there's that fear, it's like no, más.
Now that they're shutting down shit and whatnot, like, you'll be like, oh, it's fucking serious.
Yeah.
I mean, we only have 8 cases, but I have friends who
Already 8?
Yeah, we have 8. We got 2
I did
more.
not know that.
But they said that all these people were out of the state, out of
Okay.
the country, and they were traveling.
So they're quarantined?
Yeah,
I was out of the
think
country.
one of them was even, they knew that she was coming back, and they sent her straight to
Oh,
quarantine. They test her, but we have 8 cases. But a lot of people are like, who cares? Let's still go out. And then I have friends who their parents are not letting them come out of the house. I'm like,
that's
but you're
good.
20 something years old, and they go, it doesn't matter. They're not letting me leave the house.
Yeah.
So you have people who are really taking it seriously, and then you have people who are like, why
Nonchalant.
isn't Cincy open?
Yeah.
Dang.
So-
What's up, pistear? Nah.
Vamos a pistear, mata el virus, la vodka.
Just do some day drinking at home, guys.
Yeah,
Stay
no.
safe.
I wasn't taking this serious at the beginning, but then when they started shutting down the gyms and all of that, and I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta take it serious. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta not go out and not be in public as much, or
And not hug Irvin.
not hug Irvin.
No, when Tom Hanks was announced that,
That
he
was
got
the
it,
moment?
I was like, we're gonna die. Like, me and my mom at night were like, Tom Hanks has it. And I'm like, he's an American treasure. So we went and we got some waters.
But imagine
Nelson.
we would have got some waters. Imagine if Tom Hanks were to die of that shit. Then
then that's
then
it.
people
We're all...
panic, dude. There
Panic
would be riots.
everywhere.
Have you seen the conspiracy theories behind all of that?
Tell me, dude.
Which one?
Fill me in.
Jesus. Have you seen any?
I've seen a bunch.
I like conspiracy theories, but I never have like.
Okay, so
I
the
can come up with
conspiracy
some,
theory
too.
is behind that they're actually gonna try and kill Tom Hanks because he knows shit, and Harvey Weinstein like blew the lid off of a bunch of people that like were doing like sex
Yeah.
trafficking and like all that shit. So Oprah Winfrey's gonna go down. Like,
I wait.
Ellen DeGeneres is like fucking throwing Tom Hanks under the bus. Like,
What do you mean throwing under the bus?
well, it's because there's a picture of her like wearing a sweater with like
Yeah.
a red handprint, like with Wilson.
Oh, Wilson. Yeah.
And then on another sweater, like it says something. And then Julia Dreyfus, is that her
The
name?
chick from Seinfeld.
From Seinfeld.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was talking with Jimmy Kimmel, and then she's all like, I've washed my hands so much that my fingerprints are gone.
Ay.
And then he's all like, oh yeah, the criminals should know about this. And then she's all like, yeah, drinking that Oprah soup. Yeah. So they're spilling shit like they're,
Damn.
well, supposedly. We'll see what happens. Like,
Hey, I don't know. Like, people are releasing those lists saying, like, every time there's an election, there's a certain disease. Or they're
Yeah.
saying how, like, bio-warfare, selecting people who are minorities and
Right.
who don't have, like, the money and access. Like, I was talking to a friend about the Kingsman movies, like the first one. Have you seen those?
No.
I haven't either.
Where
Kingsman.
they this like millionaire, billionaire, whatever, gave out these like free phones to people who were underprivileged or maybe like met under a certain amount of money.
Okay.
And so everybody got a free phone, but it would create a frequency all over the world to make people go crazy and start just attacking people. So basically, they were hoping to cancel out a good majority of the world population to help the environment, to help the
Depopulation.
economy. And
Kind of like that
like
5G thing.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I was like, they're doing it over here.
You know what?
But I mean, that's one you can think of too, which I was like, that's
Those
smart
conspiracy
and really
theories.
bad.
You can.
They're like Thanos. They're like Thanos.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh shit, that's
So, yeah,
crazy.
so I was like-
There's some shit on the internet.
That's
dude.
crazy.
I mean, if you're fucked up, you can think of a lot of fucked up things.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
But I mean, you can fall deep in that rabbit hole of the whole conspiracy theory.
That's fun though.
It's, oh yeah, there's a lot of
It's a
interesting
lot of
shit.
fun.
And there's been stuff that is real, like that
Yeah.
it's like, oh fuck, they
Los
were right.
pinches Simpson.
Los Simpsons. Ah, yeah, they always predict everything.
How? That's what I want to know. How the heck does that happen?
Yeah. Is your mom and your dad here from El Paso as well?
So my mom is from El Paso. My stepdad he lives out in I think Las Vegas right now, so he has a business that he runs.
Oh shit! What does he do?
Nice.
He truck driving.
Truck driving. Okay.
Driving.
Awesome.
But it's basically just me, my mom, and my siblings.
Okay. Awesome. How many siblings do you have?
So I've got 5. So
Five
I've
siblings.
It's me, so I'm 25, and then my brother is 20, and then I've got my sister Sinclair, he's about to turn 19 or just turned 19, and then I have my sister Hannah, who's 19, my sister Amanda, who is 17, and then my niece Rosemary, who's 3.
Oh wow.
You're the
So we're
leader.
a full house.
You're the leader of the pack.
I'm dad.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Dang. Do you keep them in line like, no, what's this one?
I used to, but like especially with my brother, he's like so much bigger than me now. So if I fight with him, he's just like stop, and he just pushes me.
Oh, it just keeps a hand out.
He stiff arms you like.
Dang.
No,
True.
for real.
Yeah?
Like we'll get in our little like beat downs at home. Like my mom gets so upset because she's like, y'all are old adults now. Like quit your shit. And we'll just be roughhousing and like punching each other.
Awesome.
It's just like, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It's good.
that sounds fun.
Oh yeah.
I had been hanging around with women for so long because of my girlfriend. She has all sisters, and then hanging out with these guys again, it just reminds me of like because
Like, oh,
I
man.
have friends like guy friends too.
Oh,
But, like
have a penis.
No,
There's this
Oh
thing.
shit!
There's this thing that I carry around.
Your voice goes back down some octaves.
I
forgot I had that. There it is.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, question. Okay, that.
No, you were finishing. Now you hang out with us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it just reminded me of the different dynamics between female relationships and male relationships. Like, I think male relationships naturally, because we're so like testosterone driven, are just more aggressive, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like also we hold shit in a little more.
Yeah.
Like hanging around with women, it's more of like well, I'm gonna say this about you, and I'm gonna say that, and then a little more open and less aggressive.
No, I agree. Like my brother grew up in a household of women, and so that's why he's so good with the ladies, because he's like, oh, I can talk foundation. I can talk what color your skin tone should be with this. I can talk emotions, and he's such a great speaker.
Yeah.
Like you hear this kid talk, and you're like, dang. Like such a good, well-rounded kid. And so no, yeah, like I think because of that, he's been able to just like be more emotional and talk about his feelings, and
that's awesome that he is that way, because I feel like that's a struggle for men, for us to be genuine and be like open with
Talk
our
about
emotions.
feelings.
Yeah, talk about feelings and like cry and express your emotion and because I guess I think nowadays it's easier just because of the culture. I think it's more people are more open to
because
it.
it was considered like taboo.
Yeah.
Like, you guys aren't supposed to be soft. You guys aren't supposed to like show your fears. You're supposed to be like this like firm wall of just like strength.
Yeah.
But
You're
there's
supposed to be macho, macho.
yeah, like the thing is like showing
Strong.
your emotions and being susceptible to like be open is not a weakness.
It's
like
not.
that's most definitely a strength.
But
My-
I
go
think
for
you
it.
can be both, is what I'm saying. You can still be that strong masculine figure who is there to, just that presence, the
Protect
man.
and, yeah.
Yeah. But, you have your moments of weakness and vulnerability and
The
stuff. so-
balance.
Yeah, my fiance, we had a discussion about that because she's all like, I feel like you go and open up and talk about your feelings and everything with everybody else except me. And I'm all like, here's something you don't understand. How I could just kill a man. No.
Ah, yes!
Wait. And then I was like,
That was so good. I was like, wait for it. Nope, there it is.
I do it with nobody. I'm all like, Sarah, don't get like jealous or don't think that I don't share shit with you. I do it with nobody. Like you're like she doesn't feel special because I don't share my feelings like that with her, and she feels like I share them with someone else. But I'm like, Sarah, I do it with nobody. Like.
I think sometimes when it comes to sharing like stuff that's for you, like about you and that's like very private, it's easier to tell people who you don't know. Because you don't have to see that person anymore.
Yep.
You don't really have to worry about that opinion. But
Yep.
being vulnerable to other people like that know you and that you're going to see all the time and that you hold like a certain level for can be kind of scary. But you know what's crazy? Like when you were talking about the connections with clients, my clients, when I meet them, and I like to do like a lot of one-on-ones before their sessions, a lot of them pour their hearts out to me.
Oh, wow.
And they tell me why they want to do a session. Or something takes them back while we're talking. And then they just feel like they can talk to me. And I really love that. I think that's honestly something that God gave me.
Yeah.
To be able to connect with people.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And so I'll have clients cry to me. And they're like, I'm so sorry I'm crying to you. And I'm like, guys, I'll cry with you. Like, I'm not just here to like take your money and take pictures. Like, I really do like being able to connect with my people. And I tell them, because I guess I'm a stranger, maybe that's why you can feel you can just unload
Maybe
anything.
you give them that warmth, that warm presence, you know, someone that they're like, okay.
I like to think that I'm a just easy, inviting person to just be able to talk to. And you can tell me whatever you want, and I'm a great listener. I don't have to say anything back to you unless you want me to. But
I wanted to ask about that. Would you like to? Could you share any stories of any like moments that stand out throughout your photography career that maybe like stuck with you that you were like, oh, okay.
let me see.
If you're comfortable with it. If not, then we can move on to a song. Just kidding.
Damn, you really want to sing?
I do.
Okay, well, how about we take a break and sing first?
Damn.
Let's do it.
You can go.
I have no song right now.
I'm not.
What's the last song that you listened to? R&B, preferably.
Oh, R&B. I don't know. Is Doja Cat considered R&B?
Ooh, which one?
I don't know that one. I'll just beatbox.
Like that with Gucci Mane. Oh.
Like that?
Like that with Gucci
Can I
Mane?
say?
Can we
I
just
haven't
play a
heard
song
it.
and just listen to it?
Dang.
So good.
I lost my train of thought. I was gonna ask you something
about the moment.
Totally forgot.
I'm thinking about moments from stuff that you keep asking.
Is there a significant other? Do you have a?
My camera.
Whoa. No.
Honestly, nah.
No. Anybody hitting you up, signing your DMs?
Oh,
like
all
that?
the time. When I started out,
Really?
especially when I started out photography, I used to have like nasty men used to hit me up all the time. They're like, I just wanted to shoot for me, to celebrate me and my manhood. And I was like, are you gonna pay me? But I used to just send them to male photographers that used to like bother me a lot and be like, hey, I got a client for you. and then they'd be like, they'd message me and be like, you sent me a freak. I'm like, I know.
Oh,
like, I know.
shit.
Like, I did it on purpose. Nah, honestly, I've just been focusing on my business and me. I keep getting that push that now that I'm 25, my ovaries are dying, which I laugh.
Oh my God.
But there's always adoption. But no, honestly.
What are your thoughts on the adult film industry? Do you have respect for these people that are filming these things, or are you like, cualquiera?
Okay, so my brother would be like, this is her topic.
Oh, shit.
No,
Damn.
I took a lot of women's studies classes in college, and a lot of them were about like just understanding people's rights, the film industry, and stuff like that. I think as long as you're being safe, I think that if there should be like laws implemented to like take care of you, it is your body.
Okay.
I know when it comes to like religion and stuff like that, there's a lot of things that are like, no, but I just want people to be safe.
Okay.
And
like testing, STDs,
I mean,
HIV.
take care of yourself. Take care of the person you're going to be with. I think respect yourself. Respect that person that you're doing this with. I mean, if you're making good money, share some money with me.
Damn.
So would you ever be open to like filming something like that?
Oh, filming stuff like that? Do I have to
no,
watch?
I'm not saying like.
I was like, no. Do I have to?
Damn.
I'll be like, can I just press record and walk out of the room? Like, let me pre-do it for you, and I'm gonna leave.
That's kind of weird though. Like,
Yeah, how people end up there?
yeah, like filming and doing all those like pornographies and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's super weird.
I'm pretty sure that they don't pay well.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, they make a lot of money.
I don't think so.
I don't think the person recording it does.
Oh, I guess in
I'm
terms of
pretty
like.
sure they just get paid in visual experience.
Oh, that's true.
Dang.
So.
That's
I
terrible.
don't think they can lift up. They're just with the microphone, like.
No, I saw like a video on Twitter, and it was supposed to be like behind the scenes, and the guy that was recording something, they don't show you anything. So,
Yeah.
Mom, I didn't see none. But you could hear and you could see like someone's head moving, but the guy has the camera and he's eating a donut.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I guess that's the life.
It's because they lose their. I don't know. I can't speak for them because I'm
I
in
know what
the
you mean,
industry or whatever.
You're like, I've never watched a video in my life.
Really?
Oh, I'm saying for you.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't even know. I don't even know
What that
what
is.
that is. I don't even know the website. You know, none of that.
I don't know
Corn
what
pub?
Pornhub
What
is.
is corn pub?
Pub stub,
I've heard of corn pub or
pub hub.
maybe like
Yeah, no, I don't know.
the fat tube.
What, that they lose like just the oomph, but they're just kind of like, it's just there.
Yeah,
Like what they say about like gynecologists, like you see it so much.
yeah.
Like it's like, well, you're a little inflamed here. You need to.
Yeah, they're like,
Drink
yeah,
it.
imagine.
You
It's
need
like,
to
let's
drink
do
some pills.
a check first.
Yeah, right.
No.
You're all over here waiting, and then the guys are like, I don't know.
No, but finish your scene.
Brings out
That
the chart.
exactly that.
Oh.
She nailed it. That
Yeah.
yeah. I think at that point, like for him, it's just like just dead the job, and if he has a wife, I'm assuming like he's gonna go back home and be like, I mean, this is what it is, like
Yeah.
I don't think it. I think it loses its I don't know, its feeling or its splendor. I don't know.
But some people get off on that. They're like, my partner was with somebody else. I like it. Or I was just somebody else. Do you like it? Now, I
crazy.
could honestly go on about sex education and like loving your body and stuff like
Okay,
that.
let's do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, do you want? Are we cool with it?
No, I'm just saying like just to love yourself. I love
Yeah.
promoting like articles and stuff about knowing your body and
okay.
like, checking yourself and like,
Yep.
knowing what the names are for things. But no, a lot of people are like, that's too sharing. I'm like,
How?
we all
It's
have
'cause
the same.
Yeah.
Y'all is in the same parts. Yep.
I think it's something that we need to talk about more in like a professional way. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't have to be.
Like peanut. Oh, he said peanut. Oh, he said it. Oh.
But like, yeah, I mean, why can't we talk about sex without being like,
Well, I think you're doing such an intimate act with somebody. Like, you shouldn't be afraid to like be like, this is the vagina. Or this
Yeah.
Is my mom's
no?
gonna be like, no.
I took a sex class as well, and I thought because you said you've taken some sexual courses.
Yeah, in college and in high school.
Yeah. And I thought it was super interesting, like the stuff that they talk about, the groups of people that get together, like polyamorous groups, and then even just the history of sex in itself, just how, even women back in the day, it was mostly based towards men, like at least it was like men's pleasure, like that was the only thing that was really important. And as time has gone by, like there's more emphasis on actually the female orgasm.
Oh yeah,
You
because
know?
a lot of like back then, like basically women just seen as like
Objects.
like they're basically there to produce offspring. It's not like their pleasure is not what matters. Like you still have countries that do female genital mutilation.
Oh, yeah.
Where like when a woman has her period, she has to be sent off because it's considered like unclean. And then like you have the ones where like
They'll sew it.
yeah they sew you up and stuff like that, or they cut
Yeah.
off like the clitoris.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh, that's
female genital
fucked up.
mutilation.
Yeah.
Because and a lot of it has to be like, well, we did it, so you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But what's awesome now is there are surgeries where like they're trying to help fix women. Maybe they won't be able to feel anything anymore, but they'll at least, I guess, look the way that they should have, and that's, I guess, some peace of mind
That's
for
fucked
women
up.
who go through
Yeah,
this.
dude. I think
That's
it's in the
fucked
Middle
up.
East that
Women go through a lot, man. It's crazy the amount of stuff that women go through, in these other countries and even here. Like we were talking to Jovi and her implants, because she wanted to look a certain way and she wanted to feel a certain way. That she got implants, but now they're kind of destroying her body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's like, man, like just the shit that women go through, or like the makeup, doing the makeup right, getting this, getting that. Like, man, it's crazy. Cause for me, like I woke up and agua en la cara y luego throw on whatever and vámonos.
Yeah.
And
It's so easy for
and I'm
us.
good. Like I'm just good.
I know, so I was like, man, they want me to come in at 9. I was like, I gotta wake up and do my face and my hair. But no, yeah, like I wish sometimes I could be like, I tell my mom, I'm gonna shave my head, and she's like, you will not. I'm like, imagine how freeing that would be. If I had a
Oh,
nice
yeah.
head shape,
Yeah.
I would totally shave my head.
You
I
won't
think
know
it'd be
until you do
awesome.
it.
But you know what?
Right.
The aesthetic of the pictures of when women don't have hair, It's mostly, and then it's mostly black women. Black women. That's what the pictures that I see. They have the shaved head, and then their jawline and everything looks really pretty, really aesthetic.
They have really nice bone structure.
I think it's just because how like light hits the planes of their face too. It just looks so snatched.
That's true, huh? Like black skin has a certain quality to it when it comes to even colors. Like they look like I feel like black people can pull off different colors that I can't pull off.
Yeah, vibrant colors.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, today I'm pulling this off, like this vibrant color, but I like these colors. I don't like, I don't mind black and that, but I like shit that pops out. I don't know why.
And I like black and like
gray, like
or,
neutrals.
Yeah.
You were talking about the shaved head.
Yeah.
Like that UFC fighter Rose.
Oh, Rose Namajunas.
She pulls it off and she looks nice.
There's women that look really beautiful with the shaved head. I mean, what's her name? Amber Rose. She has a
She's
short
so
hair.
pretty.
Yeah.
I just think it's so pretty, and like just watching how people just like that moment that they start shaving their head and you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
So in retrospect, I mean, in other words, go ahead and shave your head. Just do it.
I'm gonna shave my
We're
head.
gonna convince you to shave
We'll
your
just do it
head.
now.
Yeah, fuck it. Bring the
I mean,
clippers.
No, we're not. Can you
Live.
imagine?
Damn it.
Nah, if I decide to, I'll come here and we'll just do it live.
Are you impulsive like that? Are you super impulsive?
I can be.
Yeah?
And then I'm like, damn it, why did I do that? Like, I
Shit.
actually cut my hair myself like last month, and I was like, I was going through something.
You have beautiful hair though. I like
Thank
it.
you. It's a little fried at the tips, but
You see, I don't know that. Yeah, for me, it's like, oh, it looks beautiful. Like
no, I went on a date one time, and this guy was like, you got split ends, and I was like,
Oh shit!
This motherfucker.
check. I have like a lot of like just bad luck when it comes to this. I was just like,
Really?
I picked the wrong one. That one apparently
What the fuck?
first and only date. So I was like,
What the fuck?
Did he at least like warm up to it? Like, did he say any like?
he just said he's outspoken because he's from New York, and I was like,
That's okay. It doesn't give you a pass to be
I
a
was like,
fucking douche.
Your geographic location of
douche.
birth makes you an asshole.
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker, so I'm a douche. doesn't work that way. What the
It
fuck?
gives me the. I have a pass.
nah.
I have
Yeah.
my New York pass. Check it out.
Okay, Gabriella. So-
Gabrielle, dude.
No, it's
No, it's Gabriella.
Oh, okay.
No! Smack him, please. Anyways, you haven't told us that one moment.
Oh crap! Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The one moment
We've been
that
waiting.
stuck with you.
How about we do a moment of silence while she thinks?
Okay, let's see. Are we gonna like put crickets like over this in the background? Gosh.
No.
I think for me the most like I guess just one that I feel so privileged and humbled to have been invited to and to shoot, and it still sticks with me because like I said, I'm an empath. I feel emotion really hard for other people. And so there was he wasn't a policeman. What was he? Maybe a ranger, something like that. He was in the
Law
police
enforcement?
force. And so he got cancer.
Oh,
And
wow.
it was very quickly. He found out, and then he was taken away. And they asked for a photographer to shoot it. And parking lot was packed.
Yeah.
Street packed, audience was packed. And they like had all of the people from his unit in their full uniform.
Yeah.
And it was policemen, it was people from like different levels, sheriffs, all this stuff. And so they brought his body down in the flag covering it. And I was trying so hard not to cry because I could see his wife crying. I could see his friends crying. And then they were saluting him and bringing him down like this long aisle of just people who loved him.
Yeah.
And I was just like trying so hard not to like make any noise and like just tiptoe around.
Yeah.
And to take as many pictures as possible, but not to like overdo my clicking.
Yeah. Damn, that's
And,
tough. That's
I think I mean weddings are awesome. You get to see people falling in love and like, telling people how much they love them, or families uniting, or like babies being born. And I never thought that I would ever photograph
Death.
This like just it was more of like a celebration of his life. And
beautiful.
I think that's just the one that will always hit home for me. Well, not hit home, but like just hit me hard. And I actually got to sit with his wife when I turned over the photos, and we went through them on my phone together.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I think I only expected to be with her for like 15 minutes because I don't like to be emotional. I keep my stuff in a lot. But I stayed with her for like over an hour and just went through all the photos with her. and she would be like, oh, he used to do this, or oh, they said you lucked out, and I know I found the love of my life, and like I was
so
crying
cool.
with her because I was like, oh my God, I just can't.
Yeah.
So I think that, and I still have the photos. I still have the photos.
Really?
Yeah. I still have the photos on my drive, and my mom actually sang for his funeral too.
Oh, that's
She sang for
awesome.
his funeral, and she would like watch me and be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay."
Yeah.
But no, I think that would have to just be one that I really just cherish.
Death is crazy. I mean, nobody wants to go through it. Nobody wants to think about it. Nobody wants to think of that moment of when your significant other or a friend or a dad or a mom passes away. Nobody wants to think about that. So I mean, for you to pick that one, that's beautiful because it's a feeling that nobody wants to go through, and you capture this beautiful moment of a ceremony. And I've been to one. Sarah's grandfather was in the military, so he had like the military ceremony.
Yeah.
And for me, it was an honor to be there. I don't serve in the military. I haven't served in the military, and I think the way that they do it makes me kind of want to serve in the military.
Beautiful.
Because it's beautiful the way that they send you off, and with the American flag and the your family just writing me. I don't know. There's such an honorable way of your last moments here in this earth, or your vessel, of being here in this earth to be sent off. Like, I think that's freaking awesome.
It was honestly, it was so beautiful. Even
Yeah.
though like there's a lot of crying and like so much crying, but when each daughter they got like flags from him, and then they had ornaments that were given to the family, and it was just a blessing to be a part of.
I never. I mean, I don't think anybody likes funerals, but do you think that experience kind of reshaped your view on funerals? Did it give you a different perspective?
I still am not a person. I mean, yeah, nobody likes funerals.
Right.
I'm still not someone who I try to stay away from them.
Yeah.
But
Because you were saying that it was more of a celebration of his life.
oh yeah.
And I think when you said that, it kind of like, I was like, okay, well, that makes more sense.
Yeah, because you go and you just think I'm losing someone.
Yeah.
I'm losing someone, but I'm a faith-driven person.
Okay.
And so I think what takes comfort is knowing like when like you're there, like they're looking down and you're like, I'm not suffering anymore.
Right.
I'm not hurting anymore. Like, yeah, I know you're hurting because you don't have me here anymore. But like we're all gonna meet up. You know, we're all gonna see each other again, and like I believe like souls for like in heaven rejoice, like because like they're seeing that person again. Like but I think for people it's gonna be their time to mourn, but it should be more of a celebration, like when you go up to talk about people's lives and like the funny moments and stuff. Like people like to read poetry, but people like to like tell stories about stuff that they probably shouldn't be sharing.
Yeah.
And I think that those are awesome.
Yeah.
So I would see them more as a celebration of like that person's life. But yeah, still not a funeral person.
I like that you mentioned ornaments, because it makes me think of quinceañeras when llévate what is it, like the little whatever they put in the middle, like llévatelo a la casa.
Oh.
Yes, how every auntie and grandma wants to take the centerpiece.
But that is so dumb because they end up
They take
nomás
like
la
5,
rumban.
and then you see them at the house later on.
Yes.
I like to go to yard sales to find like outfits and like props for shoes
Awesome.
and stuff. And I swear I'll see like 3, and I know you got that from somebody's wedding.
I was at that wedding, yo.
Be like, hey.
That's crazy.
I was like, that's mine.
I like that. I've never done it. I've never gone out to go and like look for like thrift. But I want to do that so bad because you find like a lot of cool stuff that people, for them is like, oh, pues ahí estaba. And for me, it's like, oh shit, this is memorabilia, or like, I don't know why now, as of lately, people want to dress like in the 90s or like bring back old fashioned.
Things are coming back in circles. But I love to go to like thrift shops. Like there's an awesome place called the Whoopie Bowl going towards like Anthony on the side. That
This is where I got
place is
this ring
awesome.
from.
I love that place. I can spend hours there. I like to go through like the vintage pictures because like it's kind of sad to me seeing sometimes people's old photos. But then I'm like, imagine what this person is going through. Imagine like this life.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say this person didn't get rid of the green lighting and use more
I'll
contrast.
be like, that's like sepia. Nah. No, I don't dog on other people's edits and stuff. Like, of course, I'll be like, maybe. But nah, like everybody's different. Everybody's got their own style.
There's this country song called I don't know what it's called, but it's "This Ain't Nothing." I don't can't remember what's his name.
You could sing it.
I'm not a country person, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
This ain't nothing. He talks about like this man, like he's like going through the rubble of this house because a tornado went down through it, and he picks up a photograph of his wife.
Are we talking about Nickelback?
Nah. Look at this photograph.
I listen to Nickelback.
Every time I see him, makes me laugh.
So sad.
Okay. So just him like saying like, because if this photograph like is like, dude, like this is my wife, like that the rubble like my house, I can build that. Like this ain't nothing. Like I lost the love of my life, and this is the picture of her. That's a beautiful song. I like it. I hate hearing it because then I start crying. There's certain songs that I don't really listen to a lot because I'll start crying for sure, 100%. So I don't listen to them. So when I feel like, you know what, I'm feeling a little cheesy, I'm gonna cry. Like I just put them on. I'm like, Gah.
I was gonna say something, but I don't even actually speak of it because I know I'm gonna cry if I talk about it. So I'll just hold it. I'll hold it.
Okay.
We'll give him time.
Nah. Suéltalo.
I'm gonna cry for sure.
Suelta el sentimiento.
I'll cry with y'all.
Okay, watch. Let me tell you.
A ver, pues.
Okay, so obviously, like, people's deaths are shitty, right? So last time I was talking with my girlfriend, Cindy, about, like... Oh, fuck, I'm already getting... Okay,
Come on.
so I try, like, to prepare for stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can't prepare for everything, but, like, I guess prepare for people's deaths,
Yeah.
right? So what I've been doing slowly is, like, I guess, you know, my mom's in her 60s, like, slowly trying to prepare, you know? So last time... Okay, I had been doing this, like something close to it, I guess, something similar. But I was sitting in, because there was like, at the house, there was like a little division, right, between the kitchen and the living room.
Yeah.
So I was just laying there, and then I...
It tapped.
Don't look at him. Don't look at him.
Come
It's
on.
gonna be a while, yeah.
Come on.
I was saying, like, I love you, like, super low.
Oh, I'm sorry not to laugh at you because he's making me laugh.
What do you do? Okay.
You guys are gonna start making me tear up.
So you were seeing your mom. You were seeing your mom.
I was saying I love you super low, so she wouldn't hear me.
Oh, nice.
And then.
Don't look at me. No, I can't. Okay, hold on.
Me hace que se me haga un pulmón, caro. So you were
Oh, give me
you were
one
in
of
the
your napkins, 'cause
sala.
my eyes are watering.
You were in the sala and you were seeing her, and you were saying I love you really
Like,
low.
could you see her?
No.
Or like, did she know where you were?
No.
You were
Just so I could get used to not hearing it.
Oh
Not hearing it straight back.
shit, man. Damn.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Dude, I can't.
It's because Irvin likes to he doesn't like to think
Like to
about
hurt
that.
yourself?
No, Irvin doesn't like to think about that. He doesn't like to not face the reality, but he doesn't like. I don't know. He just doesn't like to think about that.
No. I think it's because I face it so much. Like, I have a lot of panic attacks at night and, like, just scared. You know.
Of it all ending.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
there's
I
an
do
ending.
face it. Because I do. I accept it as a reality. You know.
Yeah.
And I try and, like, use science to make me feel better. I'm like, well, you know, I like to do a lot of research and learn about stuff. So I'll look at, like, how they're extending the life of, like, people by preserving their telomeres longer, and, like, we're gonna be able to live as long as we want because you know, through science. So that's what, like, makes me be able to sleep at night, because I'm like, okay, we're gonna figure this shit out. But yeah, so that day, like, I would just do that and I would say it low so I would be able to get used to, at least to try to be like, okay, well, this is what it's gonna be like when she's not here. So then later on, then I would say it louder, so that when she, like, hears me and she says it back, then I'm like, okay.
Like, she's still here. She's still here.
Oh, man.
It's such a crazy feeling to think about that, because I say that a lot. I mention that a lot to my little sister whenever I'm at home with my parents. I'm all like, I'll tell you what, they're gonna be gone whether you like it or not. You know, you're fighting or you're feeling some type of way or this. But the only reason why my parents and I have this bond and they love me the way they love me is because I've realized that they're gonna be gone, and there's gonna become a time where they're not gonna be here anymore. And I made a conscious decision to do as much as I can right now, and be there as much as I can, and be as real, as raw as I can to them.
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna be there all the time. And she gets upset because my parents like give me all this attention and all this stuff. She gets
I'm
upset
the
like,
favorite.
yeah, you're the favorite. It's like that's not it. But that's not it, because when you were small, like they went through all these things with me. Like I burned my face, like my knees. I got surgeries on both of my knees. Like I went through a rebellious phase. Like blah blah blah. Like so we have history like that. You're pretty much creating your history with them. So you'll get to the point where I'm at eventually, but for now, like this, it is what it is. They love me more than you.
I'm fucking better.
Honestly, no, I get you. Like, I feel you on that. So my mom had me young, and so for like when I was little, it was basically like just me and her.
Yeah.
And so my siblings will always fight with me, and they're like, "Oh, you know what? Like, mom loves you more." And like when they were younger, like they used to say that, and I don't think they could understand like the bond that we had.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, you're the firstborn.
Well,
like,
the thing is, and she also, since she had me young, we were like best friends
Okay.
and like mom and daughter at the same time.
Yeah.
So like I experienced everything with her. Like we have always had such an awesome, open communication
Yeah.
like with our relationship, and so she's my world. I get you. And when you
Yeah.
start, I can't do it.
it's hard, huh?
Like I always tell my siblings, like I don't know what I'm gonna do with my mom. Like.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
she is literally my person, like my best friend. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be like, come out, come drink with me,
Yeah.
come to shoots with me.
Damn.
She's always my assistant for weddings, and so I'll be like, come have fun, let's go do this. But I know what you mean. Like, I have like a lot of her like singing recorded, so I can listen to it. Like, just like what if something happens?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
that's super nice. I
That's
save my mom's
crazy.
voicemails.
Like, I have
Yeah.
my name and my siblings' names saved on a piece of paper. Where she used to she likes to write.
Yeah.
And so. She would write our names like over and over, like when
Hey,
she's
my
doodling.
mom, yeah.
So I have them saved
That's
because we're all
super
gonna get
beautiful.
matching
Yeah.
tattoos. And so like.
My brother does tattoos, in case you're interested. Just
Oh,
letting you
yeah,
know.
okay, I'm like collarbone. I was like,
Yeah,
free
my-
tattoo, free pictures.
My mom does that a lot. Like on a piece of paper, she writes her
Yeah.
name. She writes everybody's name. That's crazy.
And I think like my mom, like of course I'm being like, oh my mom, but I love her handwriting. It is
Yeah.
so beautiful, like her script, and I don't know. I have never ever given thought to like what my life would be without her. I
Yeah.
don't want to think about it. I have never actually really lost anybody significant in my life before, so I really don't know what it's like to
Right.
just lose someone
Yeah.
with such weight in my life, and so that terrifies me because I'm
think-
like, how am I going to take care of 4 kids? Like, how am I going to take care of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How am I going to be mom? So
I think the reason why I would do that is because me and my mom, we do have our differences. We're very different people. Like our outlook on life and relationships and we're very different. So I think part of the reason why I would do that is because it helps you appreciate the person more. Even though we're very different. Like now I can be like, okay, well, you're not going to be here forever, so I can appreciate you.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're young, you don't think about those things at all. At all. And then as a male, I don't think for me it was like I'm gonna party and I'm gonna do my thing and like pretty much like fuck my parents. I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
from love to this.
Yeah, but that was me younger.
Yeah.
And then life started getting harder and harder
Yeah.
and harder. My parents got to a point where it was like, dude, like they started pulling back on how much they were helping me. And then I was like, fuck, like, oh shit, like it's real. Like I gotta figure shit out. And then when I started figuring shit out, like I started appreciating everything that they did for me and all the sacrifices that they made. So that's when everything started shifting.
Yeah.
And we're talking about maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago when all of these things started shifting. And when I decided to grow up pretty much,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's because it's funny to think of the mentality you have when you're young, or younger.
Yeah.
like 18.
But women
17.
mature way faster than
Oh
men.
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, women mature way faster than men. Like, it took me a long time to figure it out. Like, okay, I gotta stop and I gotta get my shit together.
Yeah.
I would quit jobs like crazy too. I'm just like, fuck this job. I'm
You've
taking
had more
off.
jobs than I've ever even thought of.
Yeah.
Than I've ever applied to.
I don't know. I get them. Like, I'm like, Craigslist.
Oh
get that
no,
one.
you're on Craigslist.
But back when Craigslist was Craigslist, like now it's like, man.
No, I understand because I used to do like my ads when I first came in as a photographer. I was like, I used to post like graduation, wedding, and that's where I would get those creeps.
Damn, Craigslist.
That would be like, yeah, I've got some really weird requests, and I would just send them to people. Like,
what's the weirdest one you
Yeah,
ever
I was
gotten?
gonna ask,
Yeah, what's
yeah.
the weirdest
well,
one?
I had a gentleman reach out to me and say that he wanted to do a session with his boyfriend.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
That's cute.
he goes, but I would love for you to capture us in intimate acts of passion so we could look back on this. And I was like,
Oh. I think that's the words they use when they're making porn.
and he goes, we are going to be involved in vigorous activity. And I was like,
Whoa.
he goes, you're not allowed to bring anybody. And I was like, I am sending you to this person.
And did they do it?
Well, no, they didn't.
Okay.
The guy basically messaged me and he's like, you sent me another creep. And I'm like, I know. I
That's
know.
crazy.
Yeah.
But why do they want to do that?
It's just a thing. Like, I don't really think, I don't know. Maybe
Just
he
get
was
a
trying
Bluetooth camera
to do
or
like a whole
something.
lotion on the skin thing with me and trap me.
Put the lotion on the skin.
Yeah, for real. But I think if I were to have money for every single person that reaches out to me that would want us to shoot like that,
No way.
I'd have money.
So you're saying there's a market for it?
Dang.
Oh, yeah.
So there's an opportunity here.
Oh, yes.
I'm not gonna do it. I don't give a fuck.
You'd be surprised what people do when they need money.
Yeah. Dude.
Okay, well, I guess I'll start buying my camera then.
Oh, like Elia
Just
told
film
us.
it here.
She told us a beautiful story yesterday because we had her here yesterday about how she worked as a clown for 4 years.
What?
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, like.
But I found it funny. I mean, the terminology clowning nowadays is like, oh, you're fucking partying. So
Yeah.
when she would say like, oh, I'd be clowning all week, I'd be like, damn, she be
Oh,
going
I know,
That's how
like,
you
no,
got it?
like I was
like
a
literally
clown.
clowning.
I gotta ask her about this now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like, dude, you used to be a clown.
Watch our episode. It's up on Monday. Check it out, and she speaks about it.
Yeah.
And clowning,
That
because she was
little,
clowning all the
intro
time.
poster there.
Hey, where the party at?
A girl
Girls on the way where the Bacardi at. Hey, na 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 na.
There was a-
Why does my phone keep ringing?
Actually, what time is it?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be 12 already.
think,
Oh no,
it's only
10:30.
10. Okay, I got time.
You got time?
Yeah, I actually have 3 shoots today.
Oh, what?
I
Where you
have-
going here at the
I'm gonna be
McKilligan?
all at the Poppies,
The
so I've
Poppies.
got a surprise engagement, and then I've got 2 family Poppy sessions right
Where
now.
is the poppies at?
Right here. You don't see the yellow
Yeah,
on the
dude.
northeast
No,
mountain?
I
Driving.
It
No, I
literally
don't.
looks
My
like
bad.
a lakes of fire.
I didn't know that existed here.
Ring of
Every year,
Have you
right?
guys seen
I
the
imagine it.
poppies?
Is it every year?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I've never been.
Well,
First
yesterday
time.
was supposed to be the 14th annual Poppy Festival.
I'm gonna take my girlfriend there right now.
Yes,
Actually,
you should.
That's gonna be our
It is
little
so
date. So
I'll
we'll
be
see
out
you there.
Yes. Find me. I'll have a bright yellow backpack.
Awesome.
And you can just be like,
I love
Gabrielle,
yellow.
you should take Sarah too.
I love yellow.
Do it.
I really love yellow.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, see, if you guys are down, I'm down to shoot you and your booze.
Dang.
what? Say it again.
I'll shoot
You and your boobs.
Oh, okay. I don't understand it.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm
Do you want to
on the
shoot my boobs or what?
Me and my boobs? Okay. I mean, Tan chiquitos, pero pues dale.
Chiquito, pero me gusta. Does your family speak a lot of Spanish or not really?
They do, but they
Yeah?
speak like Spanglish, like
Oh.
every other word,
Yes.
and then like they have like slang,
Okay.
like you know, like border slang. Like,
What is the main slang they use? Give me 2 words. 2 words.
oh gosh, I don't know.
Dale, dale
¿Qué
shine.
tranza? Dale shine. ¿Qué pedo? ¿Qué rollo?
Wait, no, I just know like if you were to speak it like with someone who's really like from the dialect, they'd be like, "What the hell are you saying?" Or,
Yeah.
like you sound improper,
Yeah.
informal.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's border Spanish.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely. Yeah, because if you go like to Ciudad Mexico, like places
Yeah.
over there, they're gonna be like, oh, pinche juareño. Like,
Yeah.
pinche fresa, güey.
En chinaco.
O sea, hello, güey.
Eres de la calle, güey.
No, but before, like me and my mom used to speak Spanish, so the kids wouldn't understand what we were saying.
Yeah.
But now that they're learning,
Oh.
we can't. So they know they'll be like,
I
"You're
hate
talking
you.
about
I
this,
hate you
doing this,
guys.
Are you doing that?" And I was like, "Damn, we
I
can't
hate
really
you
say
guys.
this anymore."
Because my sister and mom used to do that with the F. You know how you put an F before or after every vowel?
Pig Latin.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my
An
mom
expert
used
at
to
it.
do that too. I used to think my mom was a shit. Like I used to be like, "Oh my god, teach
It's
me
pretty
Pig
bad.
Latin."
You know how to do it?
It's just like you add, like it could be any letter,
Yeah.
but you put it like at the end or at the beginning.
Oscar's good. Look, watch.
And
Well,
she-
the F,
she-
I learned the F because my mom and my sister would piss me the fuck off. So I learned, this is my first word that I learned how to say, chinga tu madre. I'd be like, shifingafa tu fu pifin chifi mafadrefe.
That's way too long,
Yeah.
dude.
No, like my mom would do it like the P or something,
Yeah.
and she would do like the whole, and I'm like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
Nah, but it's called Pig Latin.
Pig Latin. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Yeah. I just know the F. That's all I know. The
They're
F.
like, are these people drunk? Yes.
Yeah, but I learned that just because, damn, they would piss me off.
There's a song.
Anger.
There's a song,
Awkward.
Chicano rap, Awkward. Yeah.
They sing in
sing
F.
it all in F.
Sifi tu fu keferefes.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
He sings it like all in F. It's funny.
That's pretty cool.
We haven't spoken about that music. What do you listen to?
Yeah, what do you listen to?
I like classic rock. I don't like country.
Okay.
So I guess like my go-tos are like White Snake, Alter Bridge,
Dang.
OG 3 Days Grace when they had Adam Gontier.
Are these all classic rock
These
bands?
classic and I guess like new
Alternative?
age.
I have never heard of these.
Alternative.
No.
Let's see. Yeah, Alter Bridge. Miles Kennedy's voice is awesome. He does like a lot of like feature on Slash's album.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Let's see what
Who
else.
got you into this? Yourself?
Myself.
Okay.
What's funny is like I remember watching like music videos.
Yeah.
And I kept watching this one over and over from Bullet for My Valentine.
Oh,
And that
shit.
is my show.
Which
I was
one?
like,
That's
ugh. I think it was All These Things.
All these things I hate.
Yes. I was like,
Fuse.
so it's awesome. Yes.
Yeah, fuck
so
yeah.
that used to come on, and then ever since then, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Jesus
Guns
Christ.
N'
It gives me
Roses.
kind of chills.
What else?
You were into that shit hard.
Bullet for
dude.
My Valentine is a shit.
Yeah.
It's when they were the shit. Avenged Sevenfold was
I
the
listened
shit.
to Avenged Sevenfold. but, like, they're
Atreyu.
older songs.
Yeah.
Atreyu, yes.
30 Seconds to Mars.
Yes, 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh, 30 seconds. They have that dope ass song.
From yesterday.
No.
Which one? The
Their
Kill?
biggest hit.
The
The
Kill?
Kill. How's it go?
Yeah. Bury me.
You know, like how all the
There you
doubles in
go.
like the music video.
The doubles?
Like, yeah,
Double.
they had like people like
Oh, do
in
their
the music
videos?
video. Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
I don't really watch many music videos, but I remember that one standing out. What else?
Do you also do video work or just
I
photography?
don't. I'm learning videography because I actually lose out on a lot of stuff because I only do the camera.
Pictures?
But people are like, "Well, can you do it at the same time?" And I'm like, "I'm a one-woman team."
Yeah.
I was like, I can't. So I'm trying to find somebody that will work with me and
Yeah.
kind of have the same feel, and see if somebody will teach me.
That'd be
have, like, a hair on my
sick to
face.
do music videos. Like, oh, that sounds cool.
Dang, that's bad.
But that's a whole nother world, huh?
Yeah, it's
And then,
honestly, it's a whole other monster. I have like the software to like edit, but I open it and I'm like,
I feel like a
What is this
monster.
And then like with the green screen.
Skillet.
With the green screen.
Skillet.
like that.
I love Skillet.
You
They've
like
come to El
Skillet?
Paso like
Yeah,
what 20 times.
yeah. Corn
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That's
I
my
love
shit.
corn.
Don't even get me started.
This is my stuff. I could go like I came here listening to Alter Bridge. I was listening to Guns N' Roses, and then
Damn.
I'm obsessed with Hurricane by I Prevail right now. It's pretty mainstream.
Oh,
but
it hit me like
it
a
just-
hurricane.
It's just really good. I'm
It's
like
a
the
good
drop,
song.
but I'm like, I
I'm
love
not-
It's because I like the
it.
way that they pick you up and then
they put
and then
you
you
Yes.
start like
And then
I
it brings you
don't
right
know
back down
why
towards the
you
end,
did it.
yeah.
I love that.
It's so good.
It's a good song. It's a really
It's
good
a
song.
really good song.
What was the other one you were saying right now?
Which one?
Like I was trying. Oh, the corner.
By the way.
Wait.
Oh, the
Falling away from.
falling away from me.
yeah.
Falling away from me. That's
dope, dude. That's a sick-
I appreciate this
Yeah,
a
falling away
lot.
from me. Corn.
Yeah.
I love rock. That was my first. That's my first genre of music. Cause my dad loved Billy Squier. He liked just the old school AC/DC.
Clapton, no? Eric Clapton, le gustaba?
I don't know about
Journey.
Journey,
Oh,
yeah.
dude.
Foreigner.
Every Mexican dad loves Journey.
So, because he grew up in Juarez, but he was a biker for some fucking reason.
Okay.
He liked to listen to rock and like he rode Harleys and shit. In the fucking sand. Pues allá que puros
Did he have
pinches-
his big old boots and his cowboy hat?
No. He actually, well, yeah, he wore cowboy boots, but like the rounded out ones.
Yeah.
And always, with black pants and like he always looked rock.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he
I
was.
like that.
Everybody was, with their cowboy hats and shit, and you got the greaser over here. My
You be that. You be that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You better shape up. Ooh.
I do like I listen to like upbeat music when I edit because I call them editing marathons.
Yeah.
And I like to have like a playlist of stuff to listen to, but I'll jump back and forth. So I have like my rock playlist, and I call it Good for the Soul. So it's my Good for the Soul playlist. And then like everything else that kind of like gets thrown together is like my summer playlist. But I'll listen to it like on repeat.
How do you? Oh, go ahead, dude.
Oh, it's crazy that you mentioned Doja Cat. We actually found Doja Cat because of Greg, the guy the other guy that's here.
Greg.
Because he's like, oh, watch this video, and the first video was the move, the bitch I make moves.
She's so wonderful.
Yeah, she is. She's beautiful.
I love her.
She's beautiful, and everything that she makes is really unique to her. I like that.
I like her a lot.
Yeah,
She's
Doja
become
Cat.
like, I put her on repeat. Like,
Yeah.
she's real good.
She's cool.
Oh yeah.
I like the new music video that has like that 60s, 70s vibe. I didn't even know this. They didn't say so.
Say So?
Say So, yeah. The music
What's
video
cool
is
is
cool.
like the girl who made like the dance moves that you see people doing in TikTok to the song. She invited her to be in the music video.
Oh,
So
really?
she's like the little güerita with like the curly, orangey or red blonde
I need
hair
to
or
watch
something
this.
in the back. And I'm like, I like that because you're incorporating your people, you know?
Awesome.
What do you think
That's pretty dope.
about the like current rise of reggaeton?
Honestly,
You
I
enjoy that?
don't listen to
You
it.
don't listen to reggaeton?
Oh,
What about
shit,
like
I
if you
fucked
wanna?
up then.
What if you wanna like feel yourself good? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Like
dance.
honestly, I'm really bad when it comes to song titles and artist names. Like if you probably were to play it, I'd be like, oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
But I could not.
Do you like dancing?
With alcohol.
Ah.
Yay.
Kidding.
Liquid Courage.
I'm really stiff. I'm not a good dancer,
No.
to be honest. I just like flip.
Because it's hard. I'd imagine it's hard to dance. I mean, other than like raging to classic rock or like.
Oh, you can be
rock.
a headbanger and
Yeah,
go to mosh
headbang.
pits. That's fun.
And then just push.
I gotta own up to something right now.
Uh-oh.
I kind of coughed and I farted at the same time. maybe,
I was about to say. I was like,
Maybe
I
it'll
haven't
fart.
smelled anything yet.
Maybe it'll come out.
Soplale.
Maybe it'll come out in the video.
It's so bad.
It'll sound like this. Yeah, I have to own up to it. I'm just gonna own up to it. Like I don't go fuck.
Listen, dude, that's the
You're
best.
It's
so
not gonna.
gross,
It's because I came at
Like a little kid, I farted.
I think I pooed it. It's because I wait.
Miss. Me cagué.
It's because I came fasted. Like I haven't eaten any breakfast, and all I did was drink coffee. So it's pretty much like breaking down all the food I ate yesterday.
That's like a nasty one. That
That reminds me of an embarrassing fart story when I was like in, I think it was
Te
like
cagaste.
freshman year, like middle school, 8th grade. I was like talking to this little girl. I was all flirty, and then I was sitting on the desk. I think I was sitting like
Oh
this.
no.
I don't know why.
He was trying to be cool.
I don't know why.
Está apretado.
I don't know why I would sit like this, but I think I was sitting like this. And then I was like, oh, hey. And then it was just like, and then I was just like,
His pants were like probably really tight.
I farted.
It's because like your diaphragm is like pushed
He was
in.
like,
It's because
now I've done that too. Like I was like trying to do something, and then I fell over in front of people, and then I farted at the same time, and I was like, damn. I was like, now they know I fart.
What about like when you're doing a shoot?
Like, you didn't know I fart. Ladies aren't supposed to fart. What the fuck?
Wait, what? I just
There's something wrong with it. There's a glitch in the matrix.
What if you're doing a shoot and you have to like, just don't bell. And you're just
Silent fart.
Or you just with the click like.
If I'm far away, it happens. Because then you want to keep it in, you're gonna be uncomfortable the whole time.
Yes.
It happens.
Like my grandpa says, you know, it's natural. You know, el cuerpo tiene que descansar. Like that's you gotta let it go.
Tienes que
That's
sacar
all
la
it
gas.
is. Yeah.
Oh, man. Anything else you want to talk about today that you think we haven't touched on? We don't
I
want
don't
to
know.
hold you
I
down
liked
too
it.
long.
I was like wondering, like, am I gonna have like a list of questions and I'm gonna be like, yes, no. But I liked how we like bounced around a lot and we didn't just like go straight just for photography. And we had like some random topics. No, it was pretty dope. I appreciate it. It was fun.
A human conversation. We're having a conversation.
Isn't
I
it
like
weird?
this.
Yeah.
I like this. I don't know why I thought it was gonna be like really structured at some point.
No.
But I watched your videos.
Yeah.
And they're really awesome.
This is awesome. Just I like this because we're different people. Like we're
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
like we're like in this room and we're just bouncing ideas. I don't know. It's just crazy the way it all works out. The universe, how the universe it all works out, and we end up here at this moment at this very time.
Yes.
I think that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think if we would have had like a thing we were going by, I don't think it would have been like.
It wouldn't
flow
work.
and
You know
match.
what? In the beginning, that's kind of what we were doing. Like we would have topics to talk about, but it takes away from the conversation.
Fluidity.
Yeah, and then especially if the person who we bring is not necessarily interested in the topic, and I also we don't want to just like jump right into photography because what if that's not what you want? You know, you do that all day, and you're like, that's the last thing I want to talk about right
Oh,
now.
but I can talk about photography forever.
Okay, well that's awesome. That's cool. Like eventually we want to invite some people that we like have been admiring for years? Like, I want to invite a couple of these guys. Like,
Oh, that's my last question.
yeah.
If you had to, if you could choose to take pictures of anybody,
Good.
your past or present or right now, who would it be?
And
anyone.
Also the scene. Name it. Like how you would do it.
Who would it be and where would it be?
How would you do it?
I don't know about scene, but I would love to be a personal photographer for Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz?
Oh my God, Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz's
Kravitz.
Yeah, his daughter.
She's so beautiful. Honestly, for her whole family, like her mother and then like Jason Momoa. I don't know. I think it'd be awesome to like follow and photograph. Like
she's dating
That
Jason
would be
Momoa?
fucking
no,
awesome.
No. Her mom is married to Jason Momoa.
Ah, okay.
So they're divorced.
Lisa
that makes sense.
Bonet.
So Lenny, but I'm thinking that would be so fucking cool. Like they hang out with Lenny.
With Lenny?
Yeah.
I like the way you say it.
It's because I love his music. It transcends me like to
Like,
this
everybody
happy
would be like,
place.
"Oh, are you gonna go my way?" I was like, "Okay, everybody knows that song."
Yeah.
I love his music. I love how much soul black guitarists put into their music. Like Jesus Christ, Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix.
him too.
Gary Clark.
Sad.
So Kravitz. That would be the one.
I call her like my wife.
Zoe Kravitz.
I think she's beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
I love that name, Zoe.
Didn't she come out in this movie with A$AP Rocky? Oh God, what is the name of it? Not the Whackness.
The Whackness? Oh, I love that movie, actually. That was a good one.
I don't know.
Can't
To be
remember.
honest.
That guy, Josh
Can't
Peck.
remember. Josh
But
Peck.
I love her. I mean, I
Yeah.
actually don't have like certain people I'd be like, I want to just photograph them. But Zoe Kravitz, I think it'd be down to like just be a personal photographer.
She
for
came
her.
out in Hot Ones.
Hot Ones?
The wing show. They eat like hot wings and then they answer
Oh, yeah.
questions. She came out in that one actually not like 3 weeks ago.
That's pretty cool. You guys should do
Yeah.
that.
Check it out,
Yeah,
the hot
awesome.
ones.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay, my last question. When will you know you made it? What is your definition of success?
Oh wow, that's pretty deep. I know a lot of people would say like when I don't have to worry like financially. I think that would be awesome. To just I guess always have the opportunities to shoot and make that like my thing. But I think when I can just say that it's my full-time job and my passion can like afford my life, I guess.
Okay.
That'd be good, but I
That's
don't
a
know.
good
I don't
point.
really have like goals. Like
An end
I would
goal.
love to shoot the Super Bowl or I would love to do this concert.
Yeah.
But I think like every single milestone that I make, I think like to me like I'm making it. You know?
Yeah, you're getting closer.
I
Like
don't
you
know
don't
about
know.
that moment, but I think when I get there, maybe I will.
There's this beautiful quote. It's like, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm on my way.
Ay, ay, new tattoo.
Dang.
And with that, I think.
Yeah, that's good. I asked everything I wanted to ask, and we appreciate you. You're a beautiful soul. You bring
thanks,
light
guys.
to the room, and your confidence is fucking awesome. I like it a lot.
Oh, I appreciate
Thank you.
that.
You
I
leave us
do.
with a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
guys.
your time.
And now I have a date with my girlfriend thanks to you.
Dang.
Well, yeah, if you guys are out there and you see me, like straight up, just
Oh,
be
hell
like,
yeah.
just take a picture of us. I'll be there at 3 setting up.
What else do you want to plug in? Do you have
Oh,
any
yeah.
other stuff besides your Insta, Facebook? What is it that you have?
No, nothing really. But I guess to plug like support your local artists. God, a lot of the people that I truly admire and look up to are my local photographers and
Okay.
artists. You know, so I mean, basically that's it. But
Any local artists you'd like to plug?
oh gosh, too many.
Too many?
Too many.
Who is it? Just kidding.
You
Too
really want
many.
me to go for that?
Go for it.
Okay,
Go
so
for
a
it.
favorite for me is my favorite earring girl,
Okay.
my friend Jackie Fig Handmade. She makes awesome polymer clay earrings. I sport them all the time during sessions. My fellow photographer, Jessica Michelle, phenomenal photographer as well. My friend Courtney Lynn, my friend Cam. Like, oh gosh, I don't even know all their handles, but just so many people.
We'll
So-
try and find them and put
no,
them
yeah,
in
honestly,
there
with
in the
everything going
description.
on, I'm sharing a lot of my
Yeah.
favorite businesses and stuff like that on my Instagram story.
Okay.
So,
Definitely.
trying to shout them out
Definitely.
as much as possible.
We'll do a due diligence to put their links on the bottom, and we'll put your links as well.
Okay.
Definitely.
So, yeah. Thank you
I
guys.
appreciate that, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you guys for listening to us. Thank you, Gabriella, for being here. It's Gabriella.
With an A at the end.
Thank you guys. Bye bye.